we're here. Locally recording and also
trying to do this live.
And multi-streaming and doing all of those things at the same time, but will the cocks let us? Who knows? Hey, everybody. It's
time. Yeah, you could say we're pretty epic.
Vampire, because it's...
A cap.
All cocks are bastards.
Because it's Friday. It's Friday. It's Friday. We're playing Vampire at the Disco.
Friday.
Stop. Can we have an intro?
Yes.
That's it. That was it.
That was the
Julian,
intro.
Go.
Yes. Fortunately for those of you who are, sitting in the stream, I apologize. Cox Internet is the worst, and come to the Las Vegas area. But yeah, you are here because you want to see a bunch of people play vampires and have them do horrible things to each other and possibly other people. So yeah, welcome to Vampire at the Disco, our 1970s VTM 5th edition game, where our fledglings have just gotten done with of whom have drained their first mortals, while others are playing with their food.
The stream is pixelated.
The stream is pixelated? Okay. If it dies, don't bother picking it back up. We'll just locally record from here.
It's nice and retro.
It's retro, yeah.
Absolutely pixel.
We're at the bit rate that this would be happening if it were on a 1970s CRT monitor. So we'll get to see shortly what happens when angry. But first, as a heads up, Vampire the Masquerade is a system that can cover a lot of dark topics and themes. We try to use safety tools and content warnings to ensure both the players and the audience feels nice and safe and has a good time with the show. Now, that being said, let's go around the table here and tell me who you are playing, what clan they are, and do they believe in a god? And has that view changed at all since you've become kindred? Let's start off with the person who's probably going to say yes, Fitz.
Spoilers.
Okay. You suck.
Okay, Fitzgerald.
One could say that's a silly thing to do. VW.
Winters.
That's why he was banned.
He is the resident Malkavian of the group who has been slowly but surely getting a little bit more, Malkavian as the game has progressed.
A little less reasonable.
And now still reasonable.
A little unhinged, one might say.
VW thinks that Fitz is very unhinged right now and needs to get rehinged.
A broken clock is reasonable twice a day.
A broken Fitz is reasonable twice a day.
A broken mirror still works.
You're right.
A broken mirror is just many little mirrors.
You're not broken. You're just bent, baby.
A broken mirror is just a Malkavian. What are you talking about?
Anyway, Fitzgerald does believe in God, and turning into kindred has not changed Fitzgerald's idea of God.
Still pretty faithful?
Relatively, yeah. I mean, as faithful as he was in life.
That he will have an eternity spent in hell.
He already knew that.
I know. That's what I'm saying. He still holds that belief.
Yeah.
he will burn in hell.
That he will definitely burn in hell.
If hell's not already earth.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jesse. I look forward to what new things Fitzgerald will find. So, moving on to Michael. Why do I always pick people who are drinking? I'm sorry.
Muted drinking, all the words.
Sorry, my cameras are all the way over here, so I have to turn my head to actually see the cameras.
Julian famously doesn't have peripheral vision. Hi, my name is Michael. I'm playing Jacksin, the vampire queen, the peacock of Glamrock, the shepherd of sin, who is soon to have a new fucking manager. He's a Toreador, obviously. I don't know if he ever really believed in a god. I think he might have been taught about it growing up. But at a certain point realized that we can all be gods. It just matters to whom.
I like how you said obviously, because when Julian drew those little artworks and posted it on the VTM World of Darkness chat, everybody knew.
Yeah, he was the only one people could
Everyone
guess,
knew.
apparently.
Right off the bat, anyway. But regardless of Jackson's views on things, I feel that Jackson still retained enough information, so it must have held his interest somehow.
It was. There's a lot of fun lore in there.
A lot of fun mythology.
Yeah.
Worshipped 101. How to get people to think you are a god. 101.
Become a cult leader.
Jackson invented Kool-Aid.
Speaking of the daughter of a cult leader, Andromeda.
He's right
That's
past that. That's
not
fine.
true.
Not you, VW.
That's not true. Spreading lies about me on this day when my backstory might
Johnny, spreading lies.
No,
Oh my
Papa.
God. Yeah, I'm VW. Despite looking like a hobo, she is a Tremere. She's just a hobo Tremere. And she doesn't believe in any gods. I mean, she's real into like Mother Nature and the earth, and we're all brothers and sisters, you know. In the
But Mother
eyes.
Nature is a god.
No, it's just a name for the earth, man. It's not actually a god. It's just a name for the earth, and we're all brothers and sisters.
Well, the Greeks would attest to that.
I don't know much about Greeks. I was homeless schooled.
That's true. VW doesn't know much outside of what her father, Charles Manson, taught her. No, I'm just kidding. Kidding.
Okay.
Okay, but like
The W in VW stands for Manson. It's upside down.
It's like, oh, a card.
wait, no, when was he? How old was he in like 1950? Now I'm afraid that this could be canon.
I'm afraid.
I don't think the ages add up.
Honestly, who gives a shit?
It doesn't matter.
Charles Manson was born in 1934.
Oh yeah, he could be your dad.
It can happen.
No, it's too. No, it works.
It could happen.
I hate it.
VW is the Zodiac killer.
The murders happened in.
I'm the only
In the
one here
70s.
who
He
hasn't-
started his cult in '67 though.
It doesn't matter. Wait, shit. No, when was? No, yeah. I was
Doesn't
born.
matter.
No, I was born 1950. That was when VW was born.
I mean, not to say that he hasn't been in prison multiple times before then, so he could have very well traveled.
He also had a lot of children.
had a lot of
Yeah.
children,
He had a
so-
lot of illegitimate children. And
You gotta,
I'll-
you gotta have a lot of small roles before you break into the big leagues. I'm sure he was doing some minor cult shit we just don't know about.
Yeah,
His big league.
Yeah,
he's
he
been in
was
prison
writing
more than
music.
once. So I'm just saying.
I literally wrote nothing about VW's dad except like, you know,
Well,
my
now
mom
you,
got.
now you
Well,
know.
now you know who your dad
Well,
is.
now you know.
And thank you, Andromeda.
If you don't know, now you know.
I'm looking
Shit.
forward to all the funny Tremere things that VW is inevitably going to do with all the cool ritual stuff that you got with your experience points.
If people let me.
Well, you know what? You just have to go into another room and no one can tell you no.
Lock
Last
the door.
but certainly not least, Bar.
Hi, I'm Bar. I'm playing Vanessa the Bruja, who's going to suplex a car.
Do you believe in God?
Yes, and she still believes in God.
Does she believe that God is going to help her still?
With the
So
car.
suplexing a car? Yeah, for sure.
Jesus, take the wheel.
God, give me strength!
Oh, I need to. Okay, good. No, I do have a. No, that's an antagonist. I need to figure out what a dice pool is for a weak mortal. I'll find that out eventually.
Does the car count as a weak mortal? What are you doing?
I'm talking about the chauffeur that's driving your car. That's supposed to be your new touchstone.
You can't fucking do this to me.
Okay.
Oh my god, Mirage is fucking dead.
Oh my
Can't
God.
believe she got done bit by a copperhead. Anyway,
In London, of all
I
places.
don't know why that's so funny.
it is. It's just funny. All right.
It's
Anyway,
just funny because I managed to convince Taylor that it was true twice.
I thought you did it more than twice, honestly, but
ATV accident, man.
The ATV accident into a bunch of cacti.
Dude
yeah.
went right into a lake.
she just drove into the tube, and that's how she died. Anyway, okay. So,
Johnny's new sidekick is the town fucking idiot.
oh my god.
Don't talk about
Jasper?
Daryl like that.
All right.
Jasper?
Hey guys, are we ready?
Terrible.
Are we ready to jump?
No, I'm not ready. I'm so
What
We're gonna-
character do I play in this game?
You already said.
I forgot.
Oh well, maybe
Let's go.
take some time to think
Let's
about
go.
it. Let's
I
jump
keep-
back a few hours into the night.
After we suplex the car.
No, it's
Before we
jump
suplex it.
back. The hum of airplanes resounds off the
fucking
airfield
narrator.
in Heathrow Airport, and my Scrivener is a beach ball of death. The buzz and excitement of getting off from a 10-hour flight is seen alight on a youthful young adult's face, after climbing off the aircraft with a single suitcase in tow. Davey Williams checks his watch and makes his way through customs. The question asked while he was why he was going to be in the country.
Business or pleasure?
Oh, well, I'm trying to reconnect with my sister, sir. Despite the raised eyebrow as an answer, the Detroit resident gets his passport back and is passed through. Welcome to England. The walk to the tube was an easy one, if not a bit
He's
crowded.
an American ticket agent in England.
Hmm?
An American ticket agent in England.
Welcome to England!
What's all these things?
Is this Benji?
Oi!
It's Benji's side gig. The walk to the tube is an easy one, if not a bit crowded for the number of people heading back into the heart of London. A 45-minute ride that left the teenager abuzz with thought. Opting not to take a seat and instead holding on to one of the metallic poles with a free hand and a small journal is opened from his summer jacket. Within it was a number of scribblings and theories involving how one could come back to life after death, many in which involved topics such as whites, ghosts, liches, zombies, revenants, and last but not least, vampires. The final word has a deep circle scrawled around it with many question marks encircling that.
This is a bad look. This is VW in the library bad.
That's why I kept saying, I'm like, VW's gonna fucking love this kid.
Okay, gotta look around while it's dark out. Got garlic spray on me just in case. May not can get out of my bag. Davey mutters to himself and flipping each page slowly, not seeming to notice that the train car that he was in was getting progressively emptier as time passed. Another page flips over, and the teen gives pause, finally, as he sees something metallic catching the dim fluorescent lights above. There he sees, directly in front of him, another youth, wearing beaten-down clothing and an old leather bag beside him, looking to be dating from the 1950s.
Lysander.
What catches his eye, however, is a sharp-looking pocket knife whittling away at a small block of wood. There's some unease that comes over Davey's face in realizing that he's alone. But before he can open his mouth and warn him that he didn't have much money, the younger-looking teen spoke from beneath the darkness of his hood.
Boy.
Vampires. Why look for them in London, of all places? The teen closes the book carefully and repockets it before answering. Well, it's just a hunch, but I'm looking for my sister. That's rude to say about someone's sibling. Davey looks apologetic almost immediately. Well, I don't even know if my sister is one or something else. I'm looking for her. She came here 5 months back, and none of us have seen her since. Might be dead. She did die, but she said she came back. There's a moment.
This is great. Vanessa doesn't have to break the masquerade anymore. Davey will do it for her.
Maybe we'll do it for her.
There's a moment of silence between the two teens as the train's car makes an announcement for Holborn Station. Wait, how did they get here so fast? Had it truly been that long? Sorry, that probably just sounds crazy. He looks away, bashful. There's a flick of the knife, and a hunk of wood falls to the floor. The hooded teen smirks slightly before saying, "Gold. I'm sorry, what?" "Like the sun. Blinded." The younger teen murmurs before getting up and drifting up towards Davey. "All the dark things that lurk in London still prowl the streets of Whitechapel. Get off here and head down the Red Line. If you don't find what you're looking for." The train hisses to a stop. Popping doors open to reveal more people heading onto the train. The young American's eyes look up briefly, if only to see the teen before him missing, and yet the words still lingering in his mind. "Maybe I'll come find you." Without any confirmation that he had even spoken to anyone and feeling a little spooked, Davey couldn't help but scramble off the train just in time before the doors closed behind him.
Me too, kiddo.
Right. Whitechapel. And now we jump back to the present.
Where
I don't have to break the masquerade anymore. I got a brother.
Where Vanessa is currently going through the little HUD that says like select enemy.
Well, hold on. We see Jacksin Preen, and this is more for the audience than anything else, because I don't know why the narrator's he demanded a vacation from me, and I have to do his job for him.
I told you, Christian Slater ran out of tapes.
We see Jacksin Preen, dressed to the nines and yet not out of place for the dark and dreary London, and a tall and impressionable American young man looking nothing but a tourist. They step out of Henrique Street, formerly Bloody Burner Street, and make their way into a well-detailed sedan off Commercial, accompanied by a bright red-haired chauffeur. The camera pans back, revealing VW looking contemplative towards the car, and soon from the darkness of an alleyway beside her is Fitzgerald musing some blood away from his features. Lastly, the camera pulls back further to reveal Vanessa, blood still dappled on her person and looking like she's about to scream, not in fear, but in rage. Okay, Var, first things first.
Scream. For the scream. Go ahead.
Scream.
Vanessa, do you perceive your touchstone to be in danger?
Very much so.
Okay. What you were going to do is that you are now going to roll a frenzy check at a difficulty 2. However, you have a clan bane that reduces your dice due to your bane severity. And your bane severity is due to your blood potency rounded up. And this is why I asked what you wanted your blood potency to be. So your frenzy check is going to be at a -2.
Got it. Don't worry, it's fine. Once per storyline, I can use Tyler's Mercy to be like, nah.
I love that some of these ancient vampires just have funny real names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Tyler.
Well, she's from... What, the French Revolution?
I think Tyler's older than that. Tyler and...
I know that she participated in the French Revolution.
She did. All I know is that Tyler and Helena do not like each other very much because Helena bloodbound Tyler.
Yes.
Which is funny because I think both Jacksin and Vanessa have merits from both.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Just remember the biblical book of
So
Tyler.
is there like a modifier after I click willpower?
So actually, there's a frenzy button on the bottom.
Yeah, I clicked that and it said input value willpower.
Yeah, so
you
input
put in
whatever your current willpower is at right now.
Yes.
Okay. Humanity.
And then you're gonna be at a -2.
Why does it say humanity 5? Is that?
No. Put input it by default. It puts 5, so you got to put input your actual humanity where it's at. So your
so your humanity is a
actual
7.
humanity's at 7.
Okay, yeah. I was like, what? That ain't right.
No,
Modifier is -2.
And this is gonna be at a difficulty 2. Okay. Cool.
I'm upset.
You hear the beast calling for you to to take the car, to throw it out into the street, to have it collide with another vehicle. Who cares about the driver? The driver doesn't matter. Jacksin gets hurt. Doesn't matter. He'll probably survive anyway, as long as the car doesn't hit where your brother is. But then you think on how many other innocent people are going to be hurt in you doing that. And you literally bite back the anger that would otherwise have thrown you into a fury frenzy. Congratulations, you have free will. What would you like to do?
Shit.
It anyway.
Do it anyway.
Davey would be traumatized though. Like, okay, like
I'm thinking because I thought about a lot of situations. So are they in traffic yet? At all? Anything?
Yeah, the car is already pulled out into the street. When I described Commercial Street is one of the main roads. So it is populated, and there are other vehicles in the road. It's not too late in the night, I don't believe. I think it's like 11 o'clock at night on a Sunday, which means there's not as many people out on the roads, but there's still people. There's still people. It's London in Whitechapel, so.
Gonna keep to the rooftops and keep a great eye on that fucking car.
Okay. Do you say anything to Fitzgerald or VW? Who you can all see each other from where you are before you decide to Batman it.
She you see her wince when she literally bites into her cheek. I'll be right back. I'll meet you back. And she'll just zip her way up onto
grappling hook.
Fucking go.
Do you,
She's quite fast.
Oh,
we'll catch up eventually.
Yeah, considering that both VW and Fitz, you guys both realize that Jacksin just left with your ride.
With the car that we were all taking.
Yes.
He will be back.
He won't be back.
Well, the plan was.
He will be back. Asterisk. He will not be back.
Mm-hmm.
Now we can walk and have an awkward conversation. If it's a trap with me. Thank you.
Fitz just disappears. He just does this and he fades.
Just becomes darkness.
Obfuscate gives you access to level 1 greater invisibility.
Actually, it kind of does. It kind of does.
It kind of does. You just have to get out of their sight and then you disappear.
And you can't move.
Yeah, you can't be moving.
That's the first level.
So it's like it's the Drax thing.
Yeah. So Vanessa, just you climb up onto the rooftops and you can see the car. I'm assuming Jacksin probably has this car detailed in a way that it's kind of hard to miss.
Fucking bright.
It's fucking classy.
It's pink.
Bright.
It's fucking black.
It's the rainbow pink car that I sent a while ago.
Oh my god.
What I would love for you to do is that because you are pursuing a moving vehicle and because it is on a street and yes, you are kindred, you I don't think you have anything that makes you move faster unless you...
I do.
You do? Okay. Remind me about...
Celery.
I have celery, fleetness. At the cost of 1 rouse check, it's for any... It adds... add the celerity rating to the user's dice pool for non-combat dexterity tests. And the description is like their master of celerity now allows the vampire to move and react with dizzying speed. And then level 1 with Cat's Grace, it just makes me really freaking good at balancing.
Yeah, the Cat's Grace I think is a passive. For you to do your fleetness, roll for me a rouse check.
I'm gonna get hungry. I got hungry, and now I'm gonna get fucking hungry.
Yes.
Nope,
No, you don't.
You're fine.
Oh.
You manage to keep that 0 hunger as you have the blood of the not innocent in your stomach. Yes.
Really quick, the thing that's in the crock pot.
Yes.
Does it have a timer that's gonna go off?
No, but it will be done at 6.
Got it. I'll keep that in mind so I can go get it.
Okay, sure. So you do that without a hitch, and you start booking it. What I would love for you to do for me with this is that because it is still a moving vehicle, just to see how well you keep up with the car, I want you to roll for me. Yeah, I do want you to roll for me dexterity and athletics, and then just add your celerity rating to that, so that way we can see how well you can keep up with the car.
Where the hell? There it is. Yeah, I think I have a 2. Yes, I have a 2.
Oof. Okay.
Wait.
It didn't roll any dice, or it didn't roll your.
Didn't roll any dice.
0D. That is strange. Try that one more time. Click on athletics first, and then put your dexterity.
Dex, and then modifier of 2.
Of 2, yeah. Good, wonderful. Roll 20 is broken. All right. So 1, 2, 3. Roll 3d10.
Try and roll it without the modifier, just to see.
Yeah, that's weird.
And then add the 2 dice.
Yeah, and then roll 2d10.
Roll 2d10. Okay.
For some reason, the modifier is not working for you. That's
Might
one.
be.
That's 1d10.
That's 1d10. Okay, so that's
It might be broken. Like the modifier portion of the roll might be broken.
yeah. That is fine.
It's weird.
Okay, only 2. All right. Yeah, you
3
keep,
successes.
yeah, you keep up with the car easy. You know, despite the fact how you feel like the car is perhaps driving a little bit too fast for this part of town. Jacksin, what have you been saying inside of the car? What have you been doing?
Well, Jackson's got a I would say he has a drink in his hand, which he does for fashion's sake. He's just kind of lounged out because I do imagine it's kind of a limo situation.
Yeah, it could be like a Lincoln Town car, like something
That
like
kind
that.
of thing, yeah. Kind of lounges across the back seat. He's not drinking from it, but it's a good look. He offers. He will have poured Davey a glass if he was interested.
He's staring, but he's also like, you can tell like probably from like the short bit of conversation you've had with this boy, that he hasn't gotten out much.
Right.
So I forget if you still have your awe and whatnot on.
I do. I feel like I do, unless it has a time limit.
No, I think it's for the scene, and I'll still consider this a part of the scene, even though
It's funny how Jacksin has giant fucking chompers yet no one notices.
No one notices. It's okay.
He's very good at a tight-lipped smile.
It's rude to look at an Englishman's teeth and judge them, you know?
Wow. Yeah. People instinctively look away, even though his are flawless, because he's not technically English.
Yeah, we'll get to that later.
He's French.
But yeah, you because you have the awe, and when you offer the glass out, he goes, "Oh, I never had any. I never had wine before. I mean, I had like."
How old are you?
18, sir.
Legal on this side. I don't understand why you Americans are so uptight about things.
I mean,
Old enough to go out and get killed, but not old enough to drink.
More like go out and get killed in war, but I don't want to talk about the war right now. He kind of Vietnam is still a very contentious subject.
It's a booming.
Yeah,
It's there.
it's a big movement right there. Jacksin, as you're kind of talking, roll for me a wits and awareness at a difficulty.
Wits and awareness to see if you're fucking getting stopped.
At a difficulty 3. I want to see if you can even spot a blur that's happening right now.
The blue blur, Sonic the Hedgehog?
Yeah, Sonic is coming for you.
It is a medium-high threat to
well,
the
I got
masks.
3.
All right, yeah. You look out the window as the buildings in this area are, they're old and they're not as tall as, say, the proper downtown area. And as you kind of pass through kind of like this like wrought iron archway that kind of says like the next borough that you're going into, you see a flash go from one rooftop to the next. And just for shiggles.
Just for shiggles.
Wow, I can't type today at all. Okay, yeah, no.
That's a crit, my guy.
It doesn't matter, she's human.
Wah. Oh, that was for her. I thought that was for Davey.
No, that's for Mirage.
Your awe is just taking control of the site. Like...
Awe has just completely and utterly taken Davey. Davey's just like, his eyes are like burrowing into your head right now. He's already drank all the drink. But yeah,
it's very weak. It's very weak white wine.
Oh, it's just
W and Vanessa are screaming in the distance.
Oh wait, it's red. It's the aesthetic.
Yeah, I mean it's fine. I mean I would assume that Jacksin wouldn't skimp on what kind of drinks you have, so it's probably a nice one.
You're gonna fucking knock out this child.
He probably made a face when he took the first sip, but he's drinking it anyway because Jacksin Preen told him to drink. So
offered. Jesus.
Cole, maybe he'll ignore all the weird shit that's gonna happen.
He is ignoring all the weird shit that's currently happening. But Jacksin, you definitely noticed that there was a kindred that blurred over the rooftops.
No, you don't. I have obfuscate.
That only works if you're still.
No, my silence of death
is not. It's a visual thing that you're doing right now. It's not that they're hearing you, it's that they are seeing you.
The point is, do I know it is a kindred or do I know it is Vanessa?
Vanessa, are you wearing anything that's very iconic to your person?
I mean, she has her hairband on. That's just
if
about
it's a blur, I mean, he sees, a bunch of black hair, but also Jacksin doesn't really care about most people, so he probably doesn't know that it's necessarily you.
No, but it would be fair to say that you know that you just took the car and everyone was supposed to be out drinking and coming back, so it's probably safe to assume that your coterie
is angry.
Your coterie
took the ride.
Your coterie is probably wondering where you went, and you know that there's at least one of them that can catch up to you. So if you use that deductive reasoning, you'll definitely know that Vanessa is probably somewhere nearby.
So he doesn't know what that could mean. Maybe she's just out hunting, or again, maybe she's just tailing, or probably in his mind looking for tips, watching the master at work. So he tries to put on a little bit of a show. He kind of settles back in. He says, "So Davey, what is it that you study?"
Okay, I'm gonna roll another friend.
Study, sir? I mean, I still haven't, I haven't finished high school yet, but, and he
I'm not talking about what you've declared. I'm talking about what you enjoy.
He takes a sip from the glass as, the car is forced to stop due to a red light. Vanessa, you take that information with what you will. He'll say, well, I mean, I like music, and I've been looking into supernatural creatures lately.
Oh, yes. I didn't know that was an area of study.
It's called cryptozoology, actually. I don't know of any kind of school that kind of does that, though.
I'm sure you'll find some nice old schools, at least this side of the Atlantic. What sort of creatures are you interested in?
Oh, the undead sword, sir. You know, I could have sworn maybe I like talked to a ghost or something like that on the what do they call it here? I want to say the subway, but the tube.
The tube?
Yeah. But
London's full of old ghosts.
well, they told me to come here, and then I kind of I met you, so I mean, I guess that was good. But
I would love to speak, but my mom's currently yelling at my brother through a door.
what
Our room is right there.
that's okay. As this conversation is kind of happening, what would you like Vanessa to do?
I would like her to like climb off of one of the buildings to like quickly go to the freaking crosswalk. Speed walk, but not like she's coming at you like a badass. You must have done something to piss her off.
Wow.
Jacksin,
One of those grandmas at the mall.
roll for me another wits and awareness. This is a difficulty 1 because she's coming.
So how many doors does this car have?
4.
All right, she's gonna try to get into the passenger driver's seat.
Oh, that's a messy crit.
That's a messy critical. Okay, so this is
How does
actually
that happen on an awareness check?
it's
You just do
just
it.
do.
But
Your
so
eyes
aware.
just get really wide.
it's just something bestial happens.
Yes, something
See Vanessa
bestial is
coming
about
on,
to
so
happen.
slow wide.
So
Yeah, something bestial.
So no, this is where you might have to do another frenzy check. I'm not gonna lie. So Jacksin, you turn your head and you see Vanessa, like walking down the crosswalk and then deviating from the crosswalk, and she's making a beeline for you, and you hear the beast tickle the back of your head as like your eyes kind of widen, and you hear the beast say, "You know, she's really greedy. She probably wants to take it from you. What are you gonna do about it? Should probably start the car now." And I would like for you to pick for me one of the options.
Okay.
Within the new companion, you can either do a clan compulsion, which I don't remember what the Toreador one is. I think
I can look it up.
Yeah, sure. You look that up. You can gain 1 or more stains, which means you're about to do something stupid that'll give you a stain. Which is I guess in this case would be some sort of either act of fear and or dominance towards Vanessa. You breach the masquerade. Which that one's easy because you have a human.
Yeah.
You have a
That's
human.
easy.
You have a
You can
human
just
sitting.
you can just bare your teeth and fucking hiss at Vanessa.
Yes.
Through the
Literally
window.
thinking that, and I'm like, Davey fucking believes. Like,
I was
whatever.
thinking of that too, but I want to hear the rest of the options.
The other options are you either lose an advantage dot, which you're not really in that kind of situation in terms of you can get an advantage, or you fail the test and you actually don't see Vanessa.
Is the Bane and Compulsion different?
Bane and compulsion are different, yes.
Okay. I will go to the, because I saw the Bane and I can't find the Compulsion in the Toreador section, so I'm just going to go straight.
The
is it not-
advantage dot, would that not count as like my beautiful or my stunning?
I don't believe so. Okay, so your compulsion is obsession enraptured by beauty. The vampire becomes temporarily obsessed with a singular gorgeous thing and is able to think of nothing else. Pick 1 feature. This is a person, a song, an artwork, blood splatter, or even a sunrise. Enraptured, the vampire can hardly take their attention from it, and if spoken to, they can only talk about that subject. Any other actions receive a 2 dice penalty. This compulsion lasts until they can no longer perceive the beloved object or the scene ends.
Where is that in the main book?
It's just under the Toreador organization. So I put both the Bane and the compulsion in the same entry.
I was trying to find it in the book.
Oh god, yeah, it's just easier to find things on the Conca, honestly.
Yeah.
So whichever you would prefer, Michael.
Huh. Okay. So I'm gonna take the compulsion.
Okay.
I think. because as he looks out the window, is she coming from across, or is she coming from my side?
Or from above, since she was on the buildings.
Well, she's not. She's in the crosswalk right now. That's up to Var.
She said she was.
If
coming
you
for the
decide
passenger
to be on, you're probably sitting on the passenger's like side in general.
Right. And you're coming from the driver's side?
Ah, yes, the passenger side.
She's
of my
coming from
best
the
friend's ride.
passenger side. She was walking along the crosswalk.
Gotcha.
She spotted you and
Yeah.
making a beeline to the car through the traffic.
He's leaning up against kind of the passenger side window and takes a glance out the side to notice Vanessa coming. Realizes this bitch is here to steal my shit. And is going to say, I'll tell you what, Davey. I'll meet you. Mirage, get moving. Because the sort of focus shifts, and he doesn't really see Vanessa anymore. He sees his own reflection.
Oh God!
Oh no!
Oh, you're gonna be upset.
Oh no!
And realizes just how much he deserves this.
Oh.
And he's going to step out of the car.
Okay, so your compulsion is that you are entitled to what you want.
Yes, because I saw how gorgeous I am in the
What a
reflection
fucking
on the window.
narcissist.
That's so beautiful.
Narcissist,
I
hello.
fucking love it.
Like looking at myself, like I'm in love with myself. Like, okay, narcissist.
Mirage kind of like blinks. She goes, "Wait, what? Where are you? Damn it!" And she the light turns. The light turns. Jacksin, you step out of the car. Vanessa, the car suddenly it floors it, and the car buzzes by you, and you're left with Jacksin approaching you in the middle of the street. I feel like that's a good pausing point
Christ.
to go to the next group, to go to the other two.
Yeah, before she drags him into the alley
Yes.
by the bluff.
It's a Mexican standoff, or they're gonna have like a shootout or something, like a
No,
West.
she's coming at him like a badass.
Yeah.
Okay.
What next scene? We're not talking.
Well,
We're not talking.
Fitz VW, your night has
They're back.
ended maybe a little poorly, just for the simple fact that you're now walking back.
I think our night has been going poorly.
Yeah, it has. Fitz, if you would like to continue thinking of your own free mind, I need a resolve plus intelligence versus your your bond strength of a 6. However, before you click that roll.
You're gonna have to remind me what it is anyway. So.
Yes, before you do that, there is something fun called blood surges. Little mini tutorial here. What that does is that any vampire can call upon their blood to be temporarily augment their attributes, whether it be physical, social, or mental. When the character wills a blood surge, the player can add the number of dice to a dice pool incorporating an attribute. The number of dice of a blood surge depends on the character's blood potency. A character can only use the blood surge once per roll, and it requires a rouse check. But what that does is that if you look at your handy dandy little cheat sheet,
That cheat sheet that I had posted before.
yes, it's going to add 2 extra die to this resist roll.
Sure.
If that's what you want. It's just an added cushion.
And I assume you can't do that before a roll or after a roll. I'm
No,
sorry.
you have to do it before a roll.
I've been doing pretty well, so.
Okay, so you're gonna skip the
Yeah.
Okie
Night's
dokie.
almost over. Night's old.
Well, remember, it's once per session that you can roll to resist.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying like the night is old. You'd only have it for a little bit.
No.
No, the
This
whole
session.
Session.
So if Jesse
Yeah.
fails
So
this,
I'm saying. Oh, okay.
yeah,
Like if tomorrow.
Oh,
the
I'm
whole-
thinking about.
Yeah, when
it counts for the whole session, not for just the night.
Yeah, that's why Jesse has to do this in the first place. Otherwise, it's still the same night. Okay, so what you need to do is roll for me your resolve plus intelligence versus your blood bond strength of 6.
I'm afraid to look.
Okay, resolve.
The session's gonna get really interesting if
plus
Jesse fails this.
intelligence.
I know, that's why I'm afraid to look. I can't.
And is -6?
Yes, it's versus the blood bond strength, which is just 6.
Okay, so I have to hit 6.
No, you just have to hit 6 for your outcome,
Yeah, so it's intelligence plus resolve.
and that's just
Mod
roll
is
that.
-6.
No, the mod is not -6.
Yeah,
6 is my target.
Is your
number.
target.
Target is 6.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now,
I would not. Just like for shiggles, I would not have gotten it anyway, because if I rolled 2d10,
Unless you crit.
I still wouldn't.
well,
Wait, why 2d10?
because when you had left, I had talked about doing blood surges.
Ah, gotcha.
Blood
gotcha.
surge, basically you rouse the blood and it gives you an ability to augment your attribute, and it gives you, based on your blood potency, a certain amount of dice to add to that.
Got it.
Now, Jesse, I know you only have 2 successes. You can technically re-roll 3 if you spend some willpower, but I don't know if it's worth it to you at this point.
What about that 2d10 right there, though?
No, that was if I didn't rouse my blood.
Yeah,
Oh, you had to have roused first.
I
You
had
can't
to
just
have
rouse
roused
now.
first, so I was just seeing, I was like, chances are I would not have gotten it,
yeah.
because I rolled so poorly this time around.
Mm-hmm.
That is 4 successes, though, if you had roused.
They need 6.
I need 6.
Right, but then re-rolling with the willpower, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'll do a willpower re-roll to roll
Okay, so re-roll 3 dice.
3 dice.
Okay.
That's only two successes. We were hoping maybe for some crits there.
I was hoping for some crits, but
Because then that would have possibly taken you over the 6. Okay, so what is going to happen is that Fitzgerald, you feel kind of guilty over having not really listened to what Louis had said about you should only drink from me from now on. And
I am French.
you feel really guilty about having done what you did to that person, but not because you killed a person, but because you probably made Louis upset doing that. And this is why the humanity went down one.
Yeah.
So what is going to happen is that I'm not going to make your character completely and utterly unplayable. That's not fair. That's not fair to you.
It'll go. We'll
What-
go however we go.
What you do is whatever you're going to do is going to be under the guise of how can I keep Louis from this blood hunt? And what I would love for you to consider or roll is roll for me an intelligence plus awareness.
Are you gonna do a good old what for to the hunt club?
Tree.
Your mind thinks back towards a lot of things, actually. But you think about the letter that Joshua gave you, Joshua from the Camarilla. And you remember in that letter that Lady Catherine Valois, stole a bunch of things from the Camarilla, with Louis presumably. If you can possibly find Louis Sire, or the things that Louis and Louis Sire stole, maybe, just maybe, the Camarilla will think differently. Now, I know this thread of logic doesn't sound plausible, but this sounds super plausible to Fitz right now.
Sounds very reasonable.
It's completely reasonable.
Rational.
It is either that,
Even.
or you can try to figure out where Louis might have gone, and you can just go with Louis, because wherever he's going clearly has to be safe, right? because he's already survived one blood hunt.
Y'all left me alone with this man.
You were like,
You wanted this.
You were literally like one whole scene ago saying like, "Oh boy, I get to be with Fitz and talk to him."
Yeah, but then you failed your role.
So what? Your happiness is now based on other people's moods, because that's a little bit fucking ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
You look at VW. What
Fitz is gonna pull out some sort of like pocket watch or whatever gay ass shit he has there, to see how much time he has
Till the sunrise?
Yeah.
Okay, what did I say? It was like around 11 o'clock?
I don't know. It's whatever you want it to be.
Isn't it like late at night? Because like we had a whole fucking night at the disco. Joshua showed up. I gave Fitz a letter. We went and yelled at Joshua. We went and had a convo. Then I went and called Cannon. And then like we're here.
It's got to be like 1 a.m.
Okay. It's about 1-ish. I'll allow for that. So you have probably, I think the sunrise is at like 6. So you have about 5 hours to investigate.
He's gonna click his pocket watch shut, and it's time to go to the library.
You're going to the library?
The good one.
The one at the school?
college?
Yeah.
Okay.
No?
That's where you want to go?
No, I don't know how to investigate where these relics are.
I know, as we've all slept since then, since I gave you that last info dump. You and Vanessa, I believe, were the ones that had the successful recollection thoughts about Queen Catherine, correct?
It was them. Yeah.
Yes, that she was some sort of queen.
And that she is supposedly interred in Westminster Abbey.
Which is a place I can go to?
That is a place that is in London, yes, that you can go to.
That's where I'm going.
Okay.
That's that. Whatever that last.
He's gonna do the treasure hunt all by himself.
About this bitch, that's where he's gonna go, because he has to save Louis, so he's not gonna think about like, hey, I should probably get the gang together. He's gonna think,
You're Nicolas Cage, and I'm the quirky sidekick.
He's gonna click his pocket watch shut, stop walking, about face, and walk the other direction from the disco.
I thought you were good for the night. I just Gilded Cage is that way.
Night's still early.
Okay. Where are you going then?
The Abbey's a church.
Yes. Westminster Abbey is a church. And it is a place that you have been to multiple times.
Going to a church.
Can we do that?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
I've already done it.
I've already done it at least once or twice.
Okay.
The Bruja, the Toreador facepalm.
Okay. Can I come?
Do what you want, VW.
Yeah, I knew that was coming. Okay.
Fucking rip.
That's what he always says. Every fucking time.
And you follow after Fitz?
Yep, my happy little self.
Is there anything you want to ask or talk to Fitz about on your way over there? It's gonna take you guys a hot second to get over to.
I will probably stop by a payphone and let one of the Lost Boys know to tell the others that we're going to the Abbey.
Okay.
We're not dying in the ditch. We're okay.
Sure, that's super easy. There's a landline to the disco, and the phone will click over. And you're probably expecting to hear Benji, David, or Michael. But you hear a woman's voice on the other side. Lilu is her name.
Yeah, I know.
And she will say, Gilded Cage, we're closed. Is there something that I can help you with? If this is an emergency, hang up and call not 911 because I don't remember the number in UK.
It's Fitzgerald.
It's 411.
411.
Or 311 is one of them.
Yeah.
It's Fitzgerald.
Oh, hi. How are you doing?
I'm going to be going somewhere, and I know that.
You sound a little distressed. Is there a problem?
No, I just want you to let Vanessa and Jacksin know that myself and VW are going to Westminster Abbey.
It's a little late for service, isn't it?
We're eloping.
Oh my god.
Andromeda, for the sake of all of us, no.
I'm amazed the mic picked that up.
I thought the mic wouldn't have picked that up. That was
Yeah.
You're gonna get your entire family wondering what the fuck you're doing.
He will say, special appointment.
With an Anglican church on a not so nothing
Did you just say
holiday.
Anglican?
It actually is an Anglican church now.
Ew, what? I thought it was Anglican.
I thought it was pronounced Anglican.
But she likes to say things wrong.
That's what I was. No, that's why I was saying.
That's the part that. Yeah.
I wore so much red for you, Unicorn. What are you talking about?
I think that they're considering because you have red on your person. No one else has red.
No, Michael.
Oh, Michael has more red.
But like, no, I have so much red.
My red's more pronounced. Yours is ruddy. Deal with it, bitch.
Okay, and based on how you were looking earlier in the night, you're sure you're okay?
She's so nosy.
You don't have anything to confess?
I have plenty of things to confess.
Ooh. I mean, I'm all ears, honestly. I already counted the till. We did great tonight, by the way.
You probably need to have a little bit more schooling if you're going to be dealing with confessionals.
That's cute. All right. I'll let Vanessa and Jacksin know that Fitzgerald decided to go off to a dark, dingy, slightly popular church in the middle of the night. Can't possibly imagine what you guys are going to be doing.
Church things.
Have fun. She hangs up.
Church things.
What?
The second you guys get back, Lily's gonna be like, Fitzgerald and VW are having sex.
Bitch, so
Back to like a
nosy.
just married banner, like.
Look, she's the bartender. She has to, you know.
She's getting the drinks ready just so she can harass them when they get back.
Drink of shame.
Hangs up, goes back to start walking, or pick up a cab, or whatever the fuck we need to do in order to get there in an efficient amount of time.
Okay. And you guys go. Again, VW, do you stay quiet during the tromps over there?
Do you
God,
what
she
you-
has a conversation she wants to start, but it's a very hard conversation to start, and Fitz doesn't like me, so that's.
Well, that just hasn't stopped you yet.
Right?
Nope, it has not. Okay, so I remember I told you earlier, County wants to have like a meeting with us. I mean, it's for Jeremy, but like he wants me to be there and also you.
Vaguely.
Well, like I said, told Calman that, you're an asset when you're, yourself. So
That's very loaded.
that's why I'm. Okay, if Louis isn't letting you go see whoever's giving you, like your fix, we're gonna have to work something out because you can't be pulling that kind of shit. Like, if we have to go see Conan, like, I don't know if we need to, like, wean you off it now, or, like, if the withdrawal is bad enough, if we gotta, like, I mean, you were bleeding out in your coffin, so, I mean, that's kind of, I don't really want Conan to, pick up on something like that and then, make some kind of decision based on that. But, like, we should probably work something out beforehand.
I was bleeding out in my coffin because I was hungry.
Weird, but okay. As the BW says.
Yeah, like.
That's not a fault of Louis, that's just a fault of my
No,
biology.
I didn't say it was a fault of Louis. I said if Louis not letting you see whoever's getting you what you need, then...
It's my fault that I was...
It's the fault of our stars.
It's my fault that I wasn't being careful.
Okay, yeah, but... okay, yeah, it's just, what do we need to do about it now? Do we need to... Are you okay now, or do you need to get something before the meeting? Like, is it gonna get worse? Like,
It's not going to get worse if I stay careful and don't exert myself.
okay, okay, is that where are we going to meet them right now? Is that what this is?
Who are we
Like,
meeting?
whoever's giving you your fix?
What fix are you talking about?
Well, I don't know, but whatever, whatever your, poison is, I don't.
BW, as far as you're concerned, you're concerned, you saw Fitz kind of rubbing away some blood off his mouth when he came out of the alleyway. So as far as you're concerned, he already fed.
I've already fed. Against my
Well,
better
yeah,
judgment.
Well, no, yeah, I know that, but there's a difference. I didn't know if that was
There is
stuff that you...
There is a difference in the blood that I take.
Yeah, and that's what I'm wondering, if you had that already, if we're going to get that. I don't really know where we're going or why we're going.
We're going to save Louis.
And I think that's a good cutting point to go back to the other group. So this is a scene I hadn't anticipated. Vanessa, Jacksin, you guys are in the middle of the street.
About ready to fucking
have a vampire.
Oh shit, I gotta turn off this.
Yeah, you do. You're about 4 minutes late.
It's fine.
Oh, no.
It's
It's
in
burnt.
it's in a slow cooker. It's fine.
It's burnt.
Yeah. So what?
So we're recreating the JoJo meme.
But yeah, as Jackson steps out of the car, shuts the door, and the car
Yes.
jets off.
I was saying yes to Jesse. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I thought there was more coming.
No,
but,
I'm sorry.
As he does that, he is just going to kind of speak out across. Is this street empty relatively?
There's
No.
cars.
Commercial Street is Commercial Street. So Commercial Street is one of the main streets that goes west to east. Throughout
There's
the
cars
city.
and people here.
Yes, there are cars and people here. Perhaps not as many now, considering it's 1 a.m. as opposed to 11 o'clock, but there's still... it's tourism, man.
Fuck it, he's still gonna walk toward her in the crosswalk.
She just looked off to like where it's going before like looking back to Jackson.
Yeah, as he's walking, he's just gonna go, so, difficult time of it? You wanted to snipe one that was already found? That's what you were here for, right? To steal my evening?
Yes, actually. Can we talk somewhere private? I would love nothing more than to go over there.
I've seen what you do in your private places. I think we can talk right here.
And I've seen
you're
what
going
you've
to tell
done
me
in your public places.
You're going to tell me what the fuck you think you're doing, jumping on Jackson Preen's territory.
Jesus.
I'll tell you what the fuck I'm doing. I'm asking to eat.
Say that one more time. You cut out halfway through.
She asks, what the fuck are you doing with my brother that you're taking away to eat?
Oh my god. That is too good. Your brother, you didn't say he was in town?
Didn't know he was in town, Jackson.
Some sister you are if I was able to find him first. Yeah, I might just call it finders keepers on this one, but you might have to persuade me otherwise.
Me and Var would, but that would be player against player action.
Yep.
There are conflicts for that kind of stuff, so that's up to you guys. I did kind of expect that this might go in a conflict direction.
What you gotta do, he's under compulsion, so he's being a narcissistic prick right now.
Yes.
Otherwise, he would have taken this information in stride, and it would have been a no harm, no foul.
Probably
Yes.
been taking it a little bit more seriously.
Yes,
Yes.
but because of the compulsion, Jackson has zero problem flaunting his beautiful self underneath the streetlights for all of the world to see.
Right, of course.
So what, if you guys want, we can do a one-turn conflict.
Social conflict?
I don't know if Vanessa wants to do a social conflict, or if Vanessa wants to do a physical.
drag the man into the alleyway.
Ooh, cat fight, grab him by the
hair.
Yeah,
By
fucking
the hair.
pull this bitch.
So, and this isn't to say that Jackson can't do social damage here, because what happens with physical conflicts, you do aggravated or superficial damage. If you do social combat, you damage someone's willpower. So, what we will do is that we'll do a one roll contest. You guys pick whatever skill you want to do that you feel fits best for yourself and for the situation. There's no there's going to be no order. There's no initiative for this because there's only one roll, and whoever rolls best does the damage to the other. And they win that conflict, and then this is just a matter of you guys both kind of agreeing to the terms and then continuing the role play after the rolls.
The conclusion.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's like the biggest thing with that, is just making sure that you guys both kind of consent to the plan, and then you play through it afterwards.
I guess could we say the stakes now? Like, say if Vanessa wins, Vanessa convinces Jackson to go into a dark alleyway to have a conversation.
Convinces
or
Jackson
batters him to have a conversation.
Yeah, I'm fine with her like decking him if she wants to.
If Jackson wins, then what does?
I will tell you right now, Jackson's gonna go social because he's gonna attempt to put the fear into you. How dare you encroach upon my territory?
Right.
I don't know what that outcome will then be, but obviously we will still get out of the street, by the end of this.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just found out recently that intimidation is still charisma for the most part. It's still charisma based.
Not manipulation.
No.
Or presence, rather.
Well, you can add your presence to that if you're using
It's a social role still.
Yeah,
right.
It's still a social role. So however way you guys want to do it, if you guys have disciplines that you're going to stack on top of things, let me know. And if they
So Var, what's your play?
What do you mean, like?
What are you attempting to do? Like, are you? I'm assuming you're doing something physical.
Yeah, physical, as in dragging the man by his beautiful hair and tossing him into the alleyway.
Nice.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Yeah. So, and then if I win, it will be a kind of a similar situation, but Jacksin will firmly move you out of the street. But he has the higher status in this improv scene.
Yeah.
Who wants to go first?
It doesn't matter. You guys are going Simo, so.
Yeah, you guys are going Simo, so just let me know who's doing what. If you're using disciplines,
Or if you're rousing your blood to give you a better dice pool.
or if you want to use a blood surge, you know, to do that as well. Because you guys are, Jacksin, you're a little hungry, but not too hungry.
I am.
Vanessa, you got nothing to lose.
True.
So, who wants to go first?
Can I do a blood surge? Because that sounds fun.
Okay, so
That sounds valid too.
go ahead and rouse for me your blood.
Pink. Never mind.
Well, it works, but you're
works.
hungry.
You're just hungry.
You're hungrier now, so now you're at 1 hunger. And you have a blood potency of 2. So you're gonna add 2 die to whatever you're gonna roll. Are you using a discipline at all?
She's technically using lethal body because that's just a passive.
All right.
Where it, like, superficial damage is non-existent for her. She does aggravated damage when she uses, like, her hands.
Aggravated social damage.
Okay. Let's see here in regards to, is that towards mortals or is that also towards kindred? Using this power, the user is capable of causing horrendous damage to mortals, tearing skin and breaking bones with bare fingers. To mortals if desired. They also ignore any level of armor. Thankfully for you, Jackson's probably topless, so he doesn't have any armor.
Fuck off, topless. He's got a nice coat.
Got a nice summer coat on.
I'm gonna play it like Silas,
nothing
where I can
underneath.
my coat is body armor.
Your coat is body armor.
It's just the coat though, and the coat is open.
The
There's
coat is
nothing there.
you're a liquid snake. Brother.
I made you a sweat out of my tears.
So in this case, you can use like lethal body for flair, but it doesn't do anything for you stat wise.
I'm getting a chunk of hair at the end of this.
Okay.
Maybe.
Probably.
Getting a chunk of hair is not aggravated damage.
So then, what I would love for you to roll for me is
Can I spin a composure on this so I won't like stop halfway of my drag and just like decide to beat him in the street?
Composure is more like keeping like your social wits together as opposed to doing anything physical. So I would say
I feel like I do feel like it kind of makes sense that like she is keeping her composure in composure is maybe a weird word for it then.
I will say that I don't think that VTM works the same way as Cyan, whereas as long as you argue why you should be using this dice pool either.
Okay.
I think it has set dice pools,
Makes sense.
or like the storyteller makes the final call on this dice pool.
Yeah, I want you to roll for me a strength and a brawl.
With +2?
With your +2.
Ow.
Okay, so
Ouch.
that's a double one there. So I'm gonna ask, do you want to spend willpower to try to re-roll 3 dice?
Sure, why not?
Okay, so mark a willpower, and roll 3d10s and see if you get any more successes.
2.
Okay, so you have 3 successes in total. So that's good.
4. Oh yeah, no, it's 3. You're
It's
right.
3.
You're right.
All right. So Jacksin, what are we doing?
He is so I'm gonna I have to rouse because I'm gonna be trying to use Dread Gaze.
Oh, okay. Rouse that blood.
If I am rousing for this, can I also rouse for a blood surge?
Yes, that's a separate.
You just be risking yourself.
It's a separate. Well, you're risking the hunger.
You're risking
blood
the
surge.
hunger.
Yes.
Okay, I succeeded. I don't. I'm not gonna do the blood surge because he's trying to stay like fucking cool about it.
Okay. And then for
Dread Gaze, technically it's charisma and presence versus composure and resolve. But if we're doing it separately, then he'll just do his charisma and presence if that's what you want me to do.
Yes. Let me double check your thing real quick. Yeah, roll your charisma plus your presence.
Okay.
And see how that goes.
Okay.
4.
Okay. All right. So Jacksin won this. We'll say that Vanessa, you tried to swipe.
I'll let you connect.
And then he's just gonna do something.
He's gonna
really
scare
sexy.
you now.
He's gonna be fucking angry.
He's gonna you could describe for everyone what Dread Gaze does.
So, okay, briefly exposing the vampiric nature, the user instills a single subject with utter terror, morals are cowed, run, or fear with or freeze in fear, while vampires either submit like whipped dogs or flee. The contests. Sorry, hold on. Failure. Okay, yeah. So I win. It's not a critical win.
No.
Vampires are unable to act other than in their own defense for a turn, unless they spend willpower equal to the user's margin of win.
Okay. So for Vanessa to act out, she would have to roll a willpower and get a 4.
Right.
Okay. So.
Or no. She would have to spend 1 willpower because that was the difference in our successes.
Oh, okay. Got you. That totally makes sense. Okay, so but for now, for the win, how do you
considering it's just a 1-round thing?
It's just a 1-round thing, just to make it quick and easy for you guys. How do you play it out in going from the grabbing of the hair to you guys getting to a private place?
So what do you want to do? What do you want to get on him?
She probably grabs like a good close chunk of like the back of his head and made like a Vegas tug, but the vague whatever.
Right.
And then you probably like grab her wrist and like stop her.
Cool, that works.
Then you do the gaze. She kind of like releases.
Yeah. Yeah, he gets this like, I don't know if he literally changes in any way. I don't really think so, but you just see this horrid scowl come across his face, and he says, "Oh no, little girl, we do this my way." And he's going to like try to yank you by the wrist off of the street.
And you guys probably backpedal into.
We don't breach the masquerade, but we breach some.
Yeah, we breached something social.
Yeah, you definitely breached something social. I was checking to see if you guys had any messy crits or bestial failures, but you didn't. We'll just say that like people were kind of like, neither of you would notice it because you're both very consumed with each other right now, but there was definitely some honking going on because both of you were just standing in the middle of the street.
Right, and the light was definitely green.
Yeah, and like there was some sort of weird lovers quarrel that is, from what people have,
Jacksin
could see.
Secret lover fight in the street.
The fucking tabloids are gonna be a nightmare.
Yeah. A camera goes off. No. You guys go into.
I mean,
you guys go into.
You do have a high dot stalker in the bank.
You do have a 2-dot stalker. I don't want to pile more shit on you guys though, just yet.
Right now, we see Gavin at the end of the street, and he's got a gun.
He's got a gun.
Finally, Gavin, I have a letter for you.
You guys.
You're at the church. Fuck off.
You guys go into the alleyway, and you guys can kind of continue your conversation.
So he's gonna try to do that thing where like he's just gonna kind of like keep your arm going forward and try to kind of push you a little bit into it.
Mm-hmm.
Not super hard, but dismissively. And he's just gonna say like, Now, I know that you don't spend a lot of time in the limelight, but such a thing in the middle of a crowded street is not good for one's image.
I was asking you to come over here or somewhere, but no, you're always just so awful.
I'm sorry. Who is the one who allowed their brother to roam the streets of London at night?
Didn't allow him. He was supposed to be at home. I didn't know what he was doing. I had no clue he was coming to London. Let go of me. And she'll try to, like, break free.
He'll let go, yeah. Well then. I would have just let you know that I had no intention on killing your brother. Once I knew
That's
he
what
was
we were
your brother.
doing here.
I had an intention of feeding on some random fool tourist from America. If I had known he was your brother, no, I wouldn't have pursued. There are other ways than charging us in the street. What if he had seen you? What if he had known? He already seems to be quite interested in creatures of the night, as it were.
She'll roll her eyes. He's always been curious. It's nothing new.
Nice lie.
Curious enough to fly all the way to London to seek out his sister, who, in his words, died and came back.
People do it all the time. Fake deaths. Fake pronounced.
Let's be clear. I don't give a fuck about you or your brother or what you choose to tell him.
I'm glad we're on the same footing.
But the moment that it becomes a threat to me, then we will have a problem. Are we agreed?
She'll look you up and down before tutting and go down the alleyway, just dismissing him and trying to make her leave.
You know, you might want to work on your grip. You might have got a good chunk of hair out there if you were a bit quicker.
And you need to work on your breath.
It's stinky.
Stinky!
Oh my god, Jesse.
That stings a bit, yeah. Even though it's probably not possible, but could E. coli still grow anyway?
In a corpse,
you all
maybe.
smell like roses, especially Toreadors.
They cover themselves in roses.
Yes.
My coffin looks like the cover of American Beauty.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. So Vanessa's gonna head off. Just so I know, as the scene kind of closes out, where are you two both going?
At some point, I mean, I'm gonna make my way back to the club probably, because I have to at least meet up with Mirage.
They're going the same direction.
I guess
So
he's.
You guys
We're both walking to the.
No,
You're both
so we're
walking
not
on opposite sides of the street in the same
No,
direction.
there are different ways to get there, but as Vanessa does kind of finally fade out of view, he will call, or yeah, sorry, or I said Vanessa, right? I keep saying VW in place of Vanessa, or the other fucking way around. But as Vanessa kind of like, goes out the other side of the alley, he will just kind of call out, and I expect to be introduced properly when I return. He seems very nice. He doesn't expect a response. He'll kind of turn and walk.
There's not, but
Yeah.
you see her clench her fist.
That's good.
In his petty way, he goes, haha. Like, I win.
I had the last word.
I had the last word. Bye. And then he runs.
Michael.
I mean, it's probably not smart to piss off someone who deals your security.
Exactly, but he's in full fucking
He's in,
Michael-
he can't help it.
Well, he can apologize for that later.
Michael is
Yes.
playing like the most perfect Toreador, and I'm here for it. It's so good.
Only when he's compulsed or compelled.
He can't help it right now.
He has to be
He has to be this.
unbearable right now.
See, that's you know what the thing is. Like, I thought that depending on how this went, even like if he didn't get the clan compulsion, if he even got fucking beat up by Vanessa, they could have had a moment. They could have had a moment of solidarity where he was like, "Look, I didn't know it was your brother." He would have been shitty about it, but but this went the worst possible way it could go for their relationship.
I literally said in chat, I was like, it's never.
There's just no chance.
You're already at negative 16 hearts. That just gave you negative 4
Yeah,
hearts.
we need to change the relationship between those two.
Just wait until Davey's he continues to be such a big fan of Jackson. He's like, Vanessa, can you go introduce me?
I don't know.
Like,
Wait till I save Davey's life, and then you'll have to speak to me.
Wow. Okay.
I until Vanessa instills so many rumors, just like how it was so easy to talk a bunch of kids into like believing her.
Quick.
That's gonna be their moment when they finally come together and they have a mutual respect for each other. Jackson's gonna stop being such a prick, and Vanessa maybe will stop
at the end of the
spreading
world,
fucking
right?
rumors. Yes,
Yeah, at the end of the world.
when we reach Gehenna.
Yes, that's a problem for future you. Quick question though, Michael.
Yes.
Do you feel like this compulsion is going to last you until you can no longer perceive your beloved object, which is yourself, or until the scene ends?
I think it's till the scene ends because he feels like he won that encounter.
Okay.
He feels high and mighty and he's established his dominance, so he can fucking relax now.
Okay, cool. So you can kind of come down from that on your walk back.
Yeah.
And
he will take that little moment and kind of like ruffle his, I almost said feathers, but he does literally have feathers on him.
Yeah.
And just kind of walk home. He'll strut home.
Okay. Literally strut your way back.
I don't think you can do anything but strut in platforms.
Okay, now I need. Oh shit!
I'm taking the fast way home via the roof.
Right, yeah, you're cool and I have to walk.
I was gonna say Art of Just Jackson, but now I'm realizing there's 4 of us. The Beatles, where they're walking across the crosswalk.
Oh my god, the Abbey I will also want to see the Gorillas art of us.
That'll
the
be
Demon
funny.
Days.
Okay, so good job, guys. Super intense scene, but interesting character developments there. Let us swing on back to WestMinster
Whatever the fuck this is.
Abbey. I'm actually really sad because this is actually one of the few places I actually didn't go into when I was in London because the line was so fucking long.
We wouldn't have gotten in if we weren't literally there to sing.
Oh yeah, it is very pretty from all the pictures that I looked at. But anyway, Westminster, formerly known as the Collegiate Church of St. Peter, one of the UK's most notable religious buildings that's held coronation after coronation and is a burial site of English and British monarchs alike. Formerly a Catholic cathedral, it doesn't change the opulence of the 2 tremendous towers shadowing over the Thames River. Despite being a still functioning place for a Church of England, due to its popularity and rare artifacts within, the doors have since closed at 8 p.m. for their last service of the evening on Sunday. But it doesn't mean that you can't find a way in. You'll just have to get creative. How do you guys want to attempt to get inside of this place?
This gotta be like a back door, right?
If you want to go the sneaky route.
The Alamo does not have a basement, no.
Unrelated, but I was sitting on I was at Westminster Abbey when the Queen went into it.
Oh, really?
And I was literally across the street from her, like sitting on that little triangle of grass.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh my god.
That's fun.
I'm gonna
Well-
yeah.
Well, VW, do they keep people in here at night? Like, do they have, people who work at night?
I don't know, I've never broken in here before.
Well, we might not have to break in. That's my... let me. Okay, and she's gonna like head up to the front door and give it like a knock.
You knock at the front door.
Just gonna stand there on the street, just like.
You knock at the front door.
You know, there's an echo chamber in the main everything.
Yes, the main everything. This place is fucking huge.
You knock on the door and you hear a voice from above going, "Sanctuary."
No,
Well, it burned down. He had to go somewhere else.
I'm glad
Notre Dame has burned down multiple times.
I'm glad I got to see Notre Dame before it burnt recently. Anyway, you go up to the two massive wooden fucking front doors on the west entrance, and you bang on the doors, and you sit there for a mo. Fitz, I'm no doubt you probably feel some sort of dread come over you when the door cracks open. And you will see not your stereotypical clergymen. In fact, you're probably seeing some sort of groundskeeper who kind of opens the door, and
he's got long stringy hair and a cat.
One really weird eye.
No first years allowed in the Abbey.
Oh my god. No, he's an older gentleman, and he kind of squints at you, and he'll say, well, now I have to do that voice. Ain't no services left. Go on, then.
I was just, I don't really have a place to spend the night. I was just wondering if I could stop.
You think this is a charity?
It's
Where the queen rests and the kings?
It is a church, isn't it?
We don't take the likes of you here. Far away.
She's like, this is very different from America. Fuck this guy.
It's just decks this man in the face and makes him forget.
This is
Just eat him.
This is a place where like King Henry is, in places like they don't take the homeless.
Literally, no one goes inside.
I'm looking for the bones of your majesty, but I can't distinguish them from a slave.
I just want him to slam the door in VW's face, and VW just kind of like looks at Fitz like, ah!
Okay, so she sees that this is not gonna work, and then she's gonna like hand behind her back.
You're gonna have to roll something.
Okay, great, but like
you stick your foot in, it gets crushed.
Yeah, well, no, she sees this isn't gonna work, and she's gonna like hand behind her back, motion for Fitz to like go around the building. And she's gonna keep chopping this guy's ear off.
It's like hand behind her on her hip, gonna speak to the manager.
but Fitz doesn't understand, probably thinking that you're throwing out gang symbols.
Fitz has Silence of Death, which he's going to use to quietly. He basically leave VW. Yes. No.
Okay.
I mean, you could.
So the Silence of Death is the thing where
you make no sound with you silence your footsteps, clothing, and minor collisions and other sounds on your person, and it makes you undetectable to if an observer could only notice them by sound, such as when on a different floor of a house.
Okay, so you were trying to kind of move around to a different entrance.
Yeah.
Okay. You do this. He does not hear you. VW, if you would like for this man to not call the bobbies on you, I would love for you to roll for me some sort of manipulation or charisma.
I'm sorry.
Fine, all I have is the beat and stick.
And
you
persuasion.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I thought that this was
no, she's like, God, this isn't like America, like fuck you. She's like, do you know where I can go then? And then she's gonna try and find something that this guy seems to like or like want to talk about and latch on
cat that he's holding.
Yeah.
Your tits.
Oh my god.
Yes.
They are quite big.
They are, yes.
They're never gonna get small again.
Nope. Because I mean, I got an insight and empathy, and I have in performance public speaking, so like I can go on.
Yeah, but
for
you're not
85 years
public.
if I
This
find
isn't a
something.
private setting.
This
This ain't fucking Toastmasters.
This is a
No.
private situation, so I probably would say roll for me charisma, manipulation, and persuasion. One of those two.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it sucks that you're homeless or something.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be at a difficulty 4. This is challenging.
You're so mean to me.
You're the dumbass that went to the door.
Well, because
Who banged on the front door of a fucking boombox?
This is a
because
fucking
either A, he let us in, or B, he doesn't. But then we know
It's a distraction.
There were 3 things. Either we find out.
Doesn't matter. Roll the
we
dice.
find out
Doesn't
people
matter.
are
Roll
in
the
there,
dice.
and
Doesn't matter. Roll the dice.
or-
Doesn't matter. Roll the dice.
I am rolling. It's taking 85 years.
The 4th option is that you're dragged straight to hell.
Everything
I'm already going there.
moves
Apparently,
bad.
there were 3 options.
Okay, so you can either spend a willpower to re-roll those 2 dice and
Fourth
hope
option is he
you
pulls out a wand and freaking executes you.
crit, or
Hope you crit.
you're gonna fail.
I'm sorry. What was that?
I mean, it's fine. I
It's
think we're fine
Leviosa.
taking the fail. Yeah, I think we're fine taking the fail at this point, because then if something happens, he'll just think it's VW and he won't
Okay.
blame Fitz. So yeah, we're
So
good.
yes,
Good.
he does shoo you away, and he kind of slams the door.
I thought you said he does shoot you.
Shoots you dead. Yeah, everyone in any
That
church
turns into
has.
a gun.
Yeah, they all have the dragon's breath shotguns. You get violent
I
flashbacks
thought this
to
was
that
London, not like Southern America in the South or whatever.
Mm-hmm. And
So-
You tried.
the door closes in your face, and you are pretty sure that, in you having done that, that whoever is probably left inside is going to be perturbed.
Yeah.
So that might make some issues.
God himself.
Yeah, God himself is disappointed in you again.
You just made it harder for me.
Fitz, you go around the building. Roll for me a wits and awareness.
That's wagers.
Wits and wits.
Secret agent, man.
Okay. You find a service entrance on the back portion of the abbey that is ever so slightly propped open. You do not know what will lie within or who is there, but that is definitely a wait in. Are you going to wait for VW, or are you going to
Sure, let's just make this worse for us.
Okay.
I'll wait for VW.
Okay. VW doesn't take long for you to find Fitz, who's kind of loitering by this door where there's a slightest crack of candlelight bleeding through.
You know, people in London are quite rude. In America, they usually just kind of let you go into churches. Like, they take anyone. They really like making themselves look good by doing that. But okay, whatever. I mean, at least now we know there's a guy in there.
He just clamps a hand over your mouth. He's like, forget. Walks away.
Okay, yeah. Sneaking. Do you know how to pick a lock, or do you want me to do that too?
He's gonna gesture to the fact that this service door is propped open.
Big brain.
It's been a while. Stop. It's been a while.
It's been a while since you've broken an end.
It's been a while since I could.
Yes, because I try not to.
Well, I've never done it before. Walks in.
Okay. Fitz, you've been inside this place many times, on school trips or whenever a relative wanted to visit. In fact, you remember being here a number of times now that you think about it. The black stone and white floors, the number of serene-looking sculptures of saints that shouldn't be revered anymore due to the space having changed denominations, the dim light that encompasses the lack of service or people. And then in your wanderings through what appears to be fairly empty halls, or spaces rather, you find yourself in front of a heavy iron gate nestled between a tapered arch. You're aware that many of these old monarchs are tucked away into smaller chantries, hidden away from public view, but are no less opulent from what you can see from in between the delicate ironwork. But how do you get in?
I have a subterfuge skill.
Subterfuge, I believe, is more for lying. I believe this would be more of a larceny.
God, that was a fucking skill.
Mm-hmm.
See that's a skill.
So if you want to pick the lock, this is going to be a larceny and a dex.
I don't. That's 2 dice. Come on.
VW can help you.
Rouse your funny little blood.
Or you can do a blood search.
Sure. Let's see if I can rouse my blood and make this happen.
Okay.
Street smart.
Still happens. You're just at 1 hunger now. And you get +2 dice.
Larceny dex +2.
It's not a messy critical. It's just
a
just
normal
a
critical.
It's a normal.
Critical.
I was like, oh no. Okay. You know,
something good happens for once.
You know, Fitz, you don't feel like what you're doing is bad, and because you're doing this for Louis, you almost put it in your head of like, I can't fail, because if I fail, then it means that I can't help him. And then what good am I as a childer, as a lover?
Mood.
And those thoughts kind of go through your head as you kind of just go to this, I mean, I'll admit, a very old lock. And I don't know what tools you use to pick
I
it.
grab a bobby pin straight out of VW's hair.
I was gonna say I have a lot of fucking shit on me.
without even asking.
You think there's bobby pins in this shit, but I do have a lot of fucking stuff. But
You pull a twig out of VW's hair.
It's a rat's nest. You
It's
find
au
a rat.
natural,
You are the
man.
Rat King.
You find something and you can.
Discover vermintide inside VW's hair.
That's the twist. VW's is actually
The
Nosferatu.
vaccine.
You
Cure,
pop it
Fitz
open.
finds a twig in the hair and goes, "What's all this then?"
What's all this then? Come in for a spot of tea.
I've been looking for that.
What's all this then?
Oh my god, that's my toothbrush, the teeth picking stick.
The teeth picking? No.
Pulls out a full unopened bag of plackers.
Oh, I meant just like a sharpened twig that they found on the side of the road.
It's just a shiv, yeah. It's the steak that got VW. Anyway.
All right, here we go. Picking a lock.
You pop it open with frightful ease. Like VW, you kind of like were half expecting to like maybe like talk the groundskeeper's ear off again, but it just kind of just and just slowly and soundlessly swings open. It's surprisingly well oiled.
She's worrying her how easy this all is.
And you guys can look inside the chantry.
Here we go.
Now, despite having been dedicated to King Henry V, you see that beyond this bronze, his bronze lying in state pose, it looks a little out of place. Like it's like off to the side in comparison to where Catherine of Valois was placed. Despite supposedly only interred here properly in the Victorian time period, the tomb itself is settled within the center of 3 marble partitions, with a plaque in Latin that says "upon the tomb itself." Under this slab, for long cast down and broken up by fire, rest at last. And you can read that because you understand Latin, because Catholic. VW, this is Greek to you.
Hey,
It's
very
Latin
fancy
to
words.
her.
Very, very beachy.
And beyond the tomb itself, you see a glass panel behind it. reflecting 3 standing crucifix up on top of the slab. Do you guys open the slab?
Only if they can return the slab.
I was just gonna stop. Damn it, you beat me.
So it's like a glass slab?
No, there's a panel of glass behind the stone sarcophagi, and then there is a stone slab on top of the sarcophagi that can be moved if you move the crucifix off. The crucifix is off of it.
This bitch is cursed.
Yeet.
This is gonna be cursed.
This is exactly what this looks like too.
This is
fucked up.
This is the same shit that happened in the actual video game for Bloodlines. Like there's a fucking sarcophagus that's fucking cracked open already.
Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it.
What?
Do it.
What are you talking about?
Oh my god, the narrator's actually in the coffin.
Why are you telling me not to fall for it when you fell for just as equally obvious a trap back in the library?
Falling in love with a blonde.
Fitz
Real
will
mistake.
Fitz will sort of trace along the sarcophagus, mumbling under himself, "Tell me your secrets, let's find them." And push it open.
Okay, so I'm assuming you move the crucifixes and don't just throw them on the floor.
No.
No, you just move the slab?
I mean, he's going to take it with as
That's how you
much
start a hunt.
care as much as he can.
Okay. You do that. And as...
So if we touch the crucifixes, we're gonna take burning damage. We all know how you fucking play.
No. Nobody took that flaw.
It's
Wrap
called...
it in a towel, put it in your bag.
So as you're doing this, VW, roll for me wits and awareness.
You know, when I was looking at all my shit, I was like, should I level up my wits and awareness? Cause it ain't great. And then I was like, I know I'm gonna get asked so much, but I ain't gonna do it.
Okay.
It's a botch. It's a botch. We got a botch on our hands.
It's a botch there. Super botch. Is that a one? Is there a one there? There is
Wait,
a one there.
I don't see the fact that you rolled awareness.
That's a beast. No, it's because
I have no awareness.
And they're at 3 hunger.
Ah.
This is a bestial failure.
And both a roleplay standpoint.
This
yeah,
is
it
a
makes sense.
complete and utter bestial.
We got a bestial failure up in
I
Witness
literally
Abbey.
rolled a 3, a 2, and a 1.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna look at something real quick because this is gonna be
This
funny.
really is a throwback to
Let's
my
do
origins
another
tonight. This is not great.
compulsion.
She's like,
Perfectionism. Nothing but the best satisfies the vampire. Anything less than exceptional performance skills instills a profound sense of failure, and they often repeat tasks obsessively to get them just right. Until the vampire scores a critical win on a skill roll or the scene ends, the vampire labors under a 2 dice penalty on all dice pools. So
I don't know why you're upset. This turned out great last time.
So, VW, there is something that is not perfect with this space. Everything is almost perfectly symmetrical, coming down from the crucifixes sitting on top of the fucking the tomb that gets moved to the sculptures up above that apparently must like depict King Henry V's life or Princess or Catherine Valois' life. You can't really tell. That's not what bothers you. What bothers you is that glass panel behind the sarcophagus. There is a crack in that glass. It is a fracture hair. But why would they have a glass panel in this immaculate chantry that is beautiful, mind you?
And they won't even take in.
I don't know,
homeless
it
people,
matches
but
You
they're
know,
gonna have
you
the
know what you
cracked
should
glass.
do? You should get rid of
Fix
that
it.
glass because it's not
Fix it.
perfect.
You know what else is not perfect? Fitz's glasses. They have a crack in it.
Well, thankfully VW is not looking at Fitz's face right now. So that is your big brain thought, is you have to get rid of this glass because it ruins the perfection.
This is such an ADHD OCD mood right here.
Yes, that's
It's
basically
like, I gotta break the fucking glass. Then you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, so you were compelled to break the glass. Fitz,
Please let me find out the answers first.
Fitz, what
It's lost too.
what you find under the slab, you are, you're expecting, perhaps even hoping, to find skeletal remains.
I know I'm not.
You don't find that. You don't exactly find the corpse of a French princess who birthed England's most notable royal line that bordered on madness. What you do find is there's a
disappointment.
Yes, you see disappointment written in ash inside of the tomb. No, you just see a pile of ash.
He's finally dead.
And a stake, I'm assuming.
No, just a pile of ash.
I mean, it does make sense with the writing.
Like the flamethrower one.
I'm not in the scene.
Yeah, exactly. And that's actually what is written on the fucking tomb. There's a bunch of other shit about Queen Victoria, but we don't care about that. And that's
Victoria's a werewolf.
That's what you
see. That was her secret.
I gave up. This is a waste. No secrets, no answers.
You always wanted to break a window. Do it.
I know she's like fiddling with the fucking ring, like.
Just one pop. You can do it. Quick, do it while he's oh so distressed.
It was behind glass last time.
It was. You gotta do that a little bit harder. But are you gonna punch the glass?
I mean, she'll probably try and she'll put her hand on it, like try and slide it, and it's not going anywhere. And then she's like, "What if we just?"
Okay.
It's cracked already,
It's cracked already. It's already imperfect, and you need to remove it.
They'll replace it with new, better glass, and then we'll be able to get
bring
to what's
your
behind
attention to the glass. Like, sorry, Fitz.
Please roll for me a Oh god, your physical stats suck. Holy
Make it bad glass, just make it happen.
She shatters her hand.
Yeah,
Okay.
She's using her special ring.
You are using your special ring, so roll me your strength plus
this
2.
is already fucked.
It's so fun though.
Strength plus 2.
Plus 2, yes, plus 2.
0.
Gonna be 0.
Damn.
Okay, no.
Oh,
no.
That would have been so good.
So you do this very quickly. As Fitz, you suddenly feel like you're downward spiraling into misery. And there is a shink. You look over and you see VW.
I see it happening in slow motion, I bet. I'm just like...
pretty much. You see VW's fist kind of go forward. You see the thumb and the ring hit the glass. And you notice the crack that was already there. You didn't see it before. And the glass shatters into very large pieces and falls in a waterfall of pain. Good thing Alaska's not here, otherwise he'd have violent flashbacks. And for a moment, you might have felt, oh, well, fuck me. VW did something stupid again. But you see, as the glass falls down, the marble stone beneath it, that now reflects the other 2 partitions. And you see inset into the wall what looks like an amulet. A smooth piece of granite bound in 2 gold bands. Funny. It kind of sort of looks like a thing that Jacksin runs around with.
You affable idiot. Going to power walk and grab the amulet.
You do this.
And something bad's gonna happen.
Your mind goes to a faraway place.
Damn it.
Like a distant
You
dream.
idiot, he says as he grabs the thing, and I'm just like...
I mean, the shattering of glass might have like alerted the groundskeeper?
Yeah, we'll get
Don't
to
worry.
that in a second.
Fitz's eyes dilate.
Fitz, you were back in the Abbey, looking hardly different outside of the people dressed around you. You see high-colored waistcoats and basque bodice of a woman who is pale in the face with long brown hair that's pulled up into a loose updo. She looks beautiful despite her rather torn expression, and looking at the figure of a man, or kindred, between two other men, hanging between their grip and looking rather worse for wear, with broken limbs and thick blood dripping from his mouth where fangs would have otherwise been bared.
Camarilla traitor, whore's wife, Queen Anne gave you everything.
The woman's eyes flutter briefly at this before turning to the taller figure beside her. You see Louis, with red hair and that familiar wisp of gray behind his ear, looking to be holding a modest-sized chest in front of him. She reaches a hand to... What? What?
Michael did this
Oh.
when you said chest.
Modest-sized chest. Yes, sorry. No, more like one of those little chests in Sea of Thieves. She reaches a hand to brush along his cheek to calm the anxiousness from his face.
We are making the right choice, Louis. There are some powers that need to be out of the hands of those who cannot understand. And that includes us. One day, those who will, shall come. And they will claim this and the others.
With that, she opens the chest and procures what looks like the same stone you had just picked up, amongst two others. And she goes to the wall, to where the small nook was, and insets it there.
Drop him into the tomb and open the oculus. Let the Lord take him.
The last thing that you see is darkness covering your view of the stone, and you hear gargled shrieks before your memory snaps back into place. Your mind returns to you. Now, out of character, this is an actual World of Darkness relic. Has a name. I'm not going to give it to you yet, but you'll have to do some digging to understand exactly what it is that you have and why the Camarilla want it so badly back.
Okay.
Scrapped already. I figured, it was behind glass last time and everything looked important back there. So I figured, it doesn't do any harm. But we should really go now before.
What's all this then?
Yeah, let's go. It's just that.
Bloody, is it a fucking cat?
Yeah, we're just gonna go.
Okay, you're good. Okay.
Okay. Just for shiggles, the one who has the best amount of stealth, please roll for me your best physical stat in stealth.
I have 1 dot in stealth.
VW is
Well,
4.
what's your best physical? Because I'd have anything I did would be 4 dice.
You have better.
Yes,
than
it's
I
4.
do. So you have 4. I have 3.
Okay. So VW, roll to see if you can stealth away.
I hate this.
Can I use my Golconda first and slake one of my hunger?
Yeah, you can do that.
Why are you trying to slake hunger?
Because they're trying to do a blood
So
surge.
my dice rolls aren't shitty.
Oh.
Rouse your funny little blood.
No, they're doing it so that it's not on the hunger die that are being rolled.
Oh, that is stupid.
Okay. You
should have surged.
You guys, you scuffle your way out, and You don't know if you were seen or not.
It doesn't matter. I don't care anymore.
You don't know, but you guys flee into the night, essentially.
It's just some hobos. It's fine.
Yeah, just some hobos, and you guys flee into the night with this funny little relic that kind of looks like Jackson's.
We can return it. It's fine. We'll return it.
This isn't getting returned.
I mean, Jacksin has one that looks like it. We can put Jackson's. Yeah,
There were 3. That's what's missing. We get these relics back to the Camarilla. They can stop the blood hunt.
I don't know. He had a lot of other offenses besides that. But I mean, so you're saying Jacksin has one?
Maybe.
The Holy Trinity! Sorry.
So, where's the third?
I don't know. I can ask Louis.
You gotta find him first.
I don't. That's.
There's not enough time. We need to go to the disco.
And you guys your way off towards the disco, which is
a you problem.
to which we get back to the disco. And Vanessa, you are the first one to get there. And you will kind of find, as you kind of head in there, you'll see by the bar, when you throw the door open, you'll see Mirage sitting next to Davey, and you see them talking. Do you want to catch anything about their conversation?
Sure. Well, she's coming at them like a badass.
Sure. What's in wages?
What's in wages? God, do I have any proper wits and or wagers? I do. That's a crit.
That is a crit. Okay. It's like your hearing is like off the charts, probably even before the door opens. And it's because they're talking loudly. And they're talking about Jacksin Preen and his plastic vanity, and how Mirage got involved with it. And you hear like the last lines of, I actually might be getting a promotion. I mean, I don't really think I deserve it, but he's looking for a new manager, and I've been trying real hard. Oh, I mean, I think you could probably do it. There's nothing wrong with that. You see him being very like supportive of that, and that's kind of like what you see. And then in between them, you see Lilu cleaning some glasses and having already poured something out between the two of them.
Vanessa hears all that and stops halfway along the floor and just sighs and tries to calm herself down.
Okay.
Before calmly making the rest of the way there.
All right. Let me just see real quick. Oh yeah, she don't care about you. No, neither of them notice you. As you make your way over, they'll probably take notice once you say something.
She's gonna get like a couple feet away and cross her arms. You're a long way from home.
Davey almost jumps out of his chair. And
hits his head on the side of the stool, breaks his neck.
Dies instantly. No. And he pivots. And he's like, oh my, so she was right. It's you. You're okay. And he gets up and he goes over to you, smiling. He looks thrilled. He'll try to hug you.
She'll let that happen and hug him back, and he gets to feel like how cold she is. She's not gonna try.
Yeah.
Because clearly he understands what's going on.
You can assume that, whether or not he actually does. He hugs you, and he goes like, "Damn, sis, you are freezing."
Yeah, I kind of had to chase you because a very bad man was going to do some very bad things to you once he got here.
You hear from Mirage at that.
She's his lackey, and she would have let bad things happen to you.
He doesn't do that to people who don't deserve it.
Well, he just kind of tossed me into an alleyway earlier and told me that he was going to do it because regardless.
Are you trying to intimidate her?
Sounds like she's trying to fucking lie to her.
Both.
Probably both. Which is stronger for you? Intimidation or persuasion?
Tell me when I can walk in, please.
Persuasion.
Persuasion.
She doesn't have a dot in intimidation because she wasn't very intimidating when she was human.
Okay. Sure. Well, actually, it wouldn't be your. Yeah, sure. Roll your best persuasion skill, and we'll see. This is the difficulty 2.
Can I use my composure?
Well, I mean, do you feel threatened by Mirage?
It's more of, hey, your boss fucking sucks. And how dare you try to use Jackson's influence on my brother?
Now that kind of sounds more like manipulation when you say it like that.
Well, I don't got that either.
Just roll your best persuasion skill on with her.
Best social?
Yeah. I know composure's in there, so maybe you're trying to look cool in front of your brother.
Just a little. It's probably not gonna work. Hey.
Okay.
It worked.
You get 2, and you see Mirage look a little kind of confused at that, not knowing why Jackson would throw you in an alleyway. But
I didn't hurt your touchstone.
But Jackson has done bad things to people that he's known.
I didn't hurt your touchstone. Don't fuck
Chad.
with mine.
She's not your touchstone yet.
Yeah, but she's gonna be.
Yeah, but you killed Chad, remember? And that's a bad thing.
That was an
And he
accident.
knew.
But
You've killed like 16 people.
Well, the first one was an accident.
The first one was intentional. You swung a wood at him.
I didn't expect his head to fly off.
took his
All right, guys. All right.
Anyway, so you say this, and
Mince words and heads here.
you feel your brother's hand kind of touch your shoulder, and goes, "Hey, I think we're getting a little away from the point of everything here."
Wait, why are you here? I know Mom said that you were saving money, but I didn't expect you to, you know.
You didn't expect me to show up? Why wouldn't I? I said I was gonna.
Because I said not to, and I said I was going to visit.
Well, I said I was gonna save you, no matter what. And you know, you kind of don't call that often, and I wanted to make sure that you weren't a part of some sort of like I don't know, cult or something.
No, I don't call because I don't want Jackson knowing things.
Jackson's a part of a cult? No, no, he's not. He's not a part of a cult.
He has his own cult following.
When can I come in?
we can say you can come in. You can come in now after Davey responds.
Don't worry, they'll keep saying more shit. They'll keep saying more shit about you that you can walk in on. Don't worry.
Keep happening.
But Davey will kind of be like,
Trust me.
Vanessa, I came here because you disappeared, and what else am I supposed to do?
stay at home, like I said.
Stay home in Detroit. When nothing happens.
Yes, it's a lot better than over here.
Kind of, he shakes his head. He's like, Vanessa, I don't think you understand. You know, when you find out that the world ain't what it's supposed to be, it kind of opens your eyes up to everything that's going on. And you...
She's gonna glance about before, like, putting a hand on his back. Let's,
You know, it's like a masquerade. It's just gone now.
There's this whole world of darkness.
Go speak up in the VIP section.
Is he on drugs or something? You hear from Lulu.
No, that's Fitz.
He might have a little bit of wine in him, but nothing more. Says, pushing open the doors.
Ooh, I want what he's having then. As Davey kind of like gets nudged upstairs. But
Vanessa's gonna shoot daggers at Jacksin
What-
before turning back.
what Davey will do, however, is that he kind of goes halfway up the stairs and he kind of stops. His brows kind of furrow. And he turns to look back down. He goes, "You didn't actually throw my sister down into an alleyway, did you?"
No, she's far too strong for that. We just had a talk.
No, she'll gesture to her wrist and rub
Oh, you know
it.
the blood that can't bruise?
No, she'll just rub it like the bone itself has been hurt.
Oh, you're trying to fake it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, roll for me a manipulation. A manipulation and a performance.
Got it. Got it.
Okay.
Got it.
Davey, like, he sees you do that, and he gives you, like, a look of being like, "You always pulled that whenever you said I heard you in play fighting. Come on now." And he goes up the stairs.
Number one fan.
She'll sigh and pout her way upstairs.
Jackson's going to talk with Mirage, but then will impede on whatever their conversation is going to be upstairs. It's a fair warning.
Yeah, Mirage kind of goes over to you, and she goes to hug you, but she uses that as an opportunity to whisper to you. And she says, "Look, I don't know what actually happened and why you told me to dash out, with the kid, but, she ain't happy, and she was saying a lot of shit. And I think he knows."
Well, he undoubtedly does. She told him over the phone.
What are we gonna do about it? Ain't that kind of breaking the rules?
Oh, my dear. Have we ever been worried about
What
rules?
about you?
I know, but if enough people find out, aren't they gonna get mad?
We don't need to worry about that right now. And yes, whatever she said, I'm sure she said quite a bit.
She said you were like a cult leader.
In personality, perhaps. I have that effect on people, don't I?
She kind of like leans back and she mock squints at you, and she takes your hand and she'll say, "Come on, you're probably hungry." And she wants to actually pull you away from listening in.
He will say, "In a moment. I just want to introduce myself properly."
Okay. Roll for me a persuasion check, a charisma and persuasion there.
Okay. He does literally mean a moment, but I understand. Charisma persuasion?
Yes.
Okay.
Because you're not really manipulating her.
Yeah, no.
Whoa!
Oh my god!
You snap her neck off.
No!
Shit.
No.
Why can't I roll like that?
Do those count as extra? Like, does a crit count as an extra success?
No, you have to get pairs. But that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes because it does.
Okay, so yeah, the one crit is an extra success.
Yeah.
Okay.
God, you say this and like
Fucking A.
you can just tell she's just like looking into your eyes and like she just goes, huh, okay, and she lets go and she'll let you go.
He'll give her a little wink and then begin to very slowly strut.
Lila's like, I want some of that shit.
Lila just kind of goes, I still want some of whatever he was having in the car.
It's the 1943.
That new. And you can kind of head upstairs.
Yeah.
All right, Vanessa, you kind of follow Davey up there. What do you want to talk about?
She's gonna like bring him to like the farthest corner.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow! Look at these are nice white leather. He's rubbing the seats.
Don't touch them. I'm not sure if they've been washed yet.
I mean, I don't see why would they be dirty? They don't look dirty.
Yeah, white. Anyways, I know that Jackson's like famous or something, but he can do some really awful things and make people believe certain things about him. Like, you can hate him
Like
one
he's
minute,
cool.
and he just looks at you and you love him. Or if you're so mad with him, you just instantly become scared.
I mean,
he's awful.
Vanessa, I didn't come here to talk about some famous pop
I know,
star.
but I'm talking to you about this because I want you to be safe. He's not safe.
And Vanessa, I'm telling you that I'm not a kid anymore. I came here to help you. In Davey saying this, I'm not a kid anymore. For the briefest of moment, Vanessa, what is the conviction that surrounds Davey?
Oh shit.
Something. I don't have it on hand.
It should be.
I will always protect the innocent from harm.
I always protect the innocent from harm. You're starting to, like, for the briefest of moments, you're wondering where Davey's inclination of innocent is. Like, is it actually innocent or is it perceived innocence? Now, this is a mechanic that happens in the game. I'm not saying it is actually fully happening. I'm just kind of teasing you guys with it right now. That touchstones, as time passes, they will eventually change, or they have the possibility of changing. Now, if Davey's embodiment of what he represents changes, you lose that touchstone. And Kindred like to keep that.
Like to keep you.
And it can get into squiffy territory where they have to kind of play puppet master to make sure that the human that represents their conviction stays the way that they are. So, him saying that, you now know that you need to definitely make a clear-cut line of what is innocent to him to kind of keep that conviction going. And it's like you almost like feel like your humanity waver ever so slightly at that. It's a very weird feeling. You might be able to talk to Reason about it later.
Look, just can you promise me not to look at him in the eye?
I mean, it's rude not to look somebody.
Please.
I can't believe we're talking about. I came all this way. Yeah, I won't look him in the eye. And he says this, and Jacksin, that's kind of what you hear.
She'll hold up her pinky. Come on.
It kind
Promise
of
me.
huffs. Yeah, okay. And he pinky swears you. Sometimes I wonder if you're the younger sibling.
She will be soon. As
You give me too much grace.
As Jacksin kind of ascends the stairs and does hear that last little tiny bit, and just says, well, I just came up here to say a proper introduction. Apologies for earlier. I didn't exactly know who you were. No hard feelings, I hope. And he'll flash a big fang smile.
Oh, okay. Like, it's like Davey's trying not to look at the eyes, and he's trying to look at anything else. And when you do flash the big fanged smile, Vanessa, you see Davey's eyes go wide as saucers. As if everything that you were kind of half telling him kind of finally became actuality, truth in his mind. Holy shit. I mean, I didn't mean to curse.
He will hold a finger up to his lips and just say, again, no hard feelings, I hope. I probably wouldn't have.
So wait, vampires are actually real.
Oh, Jesus, somebody shut this child up!
Also just, like,
The only one around
really
is the
face
bartender.
palms and... Davey, sit down.
I thought I was sitting on this really nice white leather.
Sit better.
Just don't fucking stay.
He's there.
So, I know that you've... what do you know? Other than... we came back.
Jacksin, having done this, will saunter back downstairs to go meet up with Mirage.
Mm-hmm. You do that, and
He just wanted to be cutesy.
No, you wanted to be petty.
A little bit.
maybe the compulsion's always there. You go down and you kind of take Mirage so that way you can do your feedy do. And as Mirage and Jacksin passes by, Fitz and VW, you guys can pop back into the disco. It's getting to be late, but you still have some time. As for Davey will be like, oh, I mean, I took a bunch of notes, and he starts digging through his bag, and he shows you his little journal, and you see like all of his weird theories about
Davey is Dipper.
He'll just
He's like
she'll
Dipper and Miles
entertain him.
Morales.
and let him go on like tyrant of explanations.
He's got a printed out JPEG of Nosferatu.
Well, I mean, like,
Well, that's real.
I mean, actually, like, he has some like dot matrix printer, because that's pretty much the quality that they have. He probably paid a lot of money for those, honestly, of that, and like copies of like Bram Stoker's Vampire and Vampire Dracula, Bram Stoker's Vapula.
Vapula?
I need a break. I need a break. He has...
And then Marv Roker's Alucard.
Right? Cries.
In this world, it's Alucard.
Yes. He shows you a bunch of research that he's had. And unfortunately, a majority of it is kind of like Monster Mash-y stuff. But he did find some lore about Romania and how he is pretty sure that Vlad Tepes is the first vampire that ever existed, which is very incorrect according to what you think might be the truth.
Right.
So, and it's like everything that he knows seems to be like, they're all pitfalls that Kindred Society has made for humans to keep them ignorant, for lack of a better phrase. And he has some minor things in there as you're kind of going through. You will see that he does make mention of, there's one account that he said that he found a book in one of the libraries. It was like super old, and you know, he talks about how he couldn't leave the library with it because it was so old. So you had to like read it there. But there is an account about a wizard, how a wizard wanted to achieve mortality, and he drank blood. And he managed to become immortal after drinking that blood. Now, if you're curious, roll for me.
What's in which?
Roll me in intelligence and academics.
Got it.
You know for a fact that Davey is talking about Tremere.
Just general the Tremere.
No,
the
Tremere.
the
The
name
Tremere.
guy.
The person who started the Tremere clan.
Got it.
Oh, okay. So it's like a Salazar Slytherin thing.
Kind of, yeah. So,
It's all their fucking names.
yeah.
Yeah,
Malkov, yeah.
The guy who started Toreador was a bullfighter in Spain.
No.
What that means.
But yeah, you're wondering where Davey might have found that information from.
We'll pick at that later.
Yeah, but outside of that, most of it seems to be poppycock. And I will say, Fitz and VW, you kind of hear a young, excitable man talk about what he thinks Kindred Society is. And I will say for you, VW, if you listen, I won't make you roll for it. You know how the Tremeres came to be. And you're like, yeah, why does a random human know about that?
It's easily accessible. It's at the library.
It's at the library in Detroit.
I want to go to a library in Detroit.
So
Find out in
What?
season.
What talk? Do you? We can let you. Just,
Go.
you
Upstairs.
okay? You go to Jacksin. I'm gonna. Okay. Yeah. And I'm gonna go upstairs.
Okay.
Vanessa.
Ignore that until she actually gets up here. Vanessa's gonna quickly like nod in understanding all of this stuff. Okay, well, because we're actually real, we should not talk about it out loud because other people might not know, and then I could get in trouble.
Vanessa.
Like trouble. And she'll gesture like this.
He blinks at that and kind of does like a slow nod, but then he's like, I think someone's calling for you.
I know. I do that a lot.
Hey. Here's your friend.
Hi, I'm Davey.
Is this?
Yeah, this is Davey.
Oh, I thought you were small. Hi. I'm VW. I used to stay at the place that Vanessa was volunteering at.
Like the car?
Yeah.
No.
Well, yeah, yes, but no.
What's
Yes.
the VW stand for then?
Yes.
It doesn't stand for anything. It's just the letters.
I'm glad that you pointed that out too. She's not willing to tell most people.
No, it's not. It doesn't stand for anything. I swear. If I had a birth certificate, I would show you. It doesn't stand for anything.
Okay. Are you a... He doesn't say it because he was told not to say it.
Yes. Don't ask people that too.
Oh, okay. But...
Yeah, what?
My God, Davey, you just can't ask people if they're a vampire.
It's so rude. But how do I... All right, well, how am I supposed to find out a way to, cure your ailment?
I don't think you can, but
No. There's got to be a way, because how else are you
Tristan,
going to come back home?
Okay. If is he talking what I think he's talking? Like, is he like this? Like?
it's fine. It's fine. Trust me.
What? Why is he here?
'Cause he saved up his money and decided to hop a plane over.
So I can
Before or
save you and bring you
after?
home.
Yeah, before or after that became an idea of his.
After, for sure.
Do I need to leave?
No. not right now. We're just, I can't go
Where
home
is he
because
gonna
I
stay?
don't want to. There's bad people that can come after us. You know those funny guys called vampire hunters?
Like Van Helsing?
Yeah. There's a lot of them, and they hurt people that are close to people that like us.
No, Gavin doesn't do that. No,
Who's Gavin?
he's human. He's not.
Her ex-boyfriend who shot at
It
us.
was never my boyfriend. It was a thing, and that's a strong word. That's
Right, your baby daddy.
No, that's a worse.
Your baby
that's a
daddy.
worse set of words.
The only Gavin I know is the one that's a part of that super popular rock band.
She will not.
Jacksin goes back and kills him.
She'll not. Okay.
Wait, he's a vampire hunter?
Wait, have you heard anything about them recently? Look, I have a whole bunch of stuff about
Never mention his
vampires
name. She's
and,
obsessed
like,
with
trying
him.
to get-
She's obsessed with him, and
Here, I'll take
and
you
she's
to her
putting
bedroom.
us
You have,
at
like, a
danger
whiteboard,
by wanting to
everything.
talk to
I
him.
have, no, come with me. I have well, I don't.
No, this is my brother.
Davey looks like mom and dad are fighting right now.
So
But for real, she's putting us in danger by mentioning, by trying to bring him to us.
I'm not trying to bring him to us. I'm not trying to bring him to us, but I have a whole bunch of stuff about trying to like not be a vampire.
about curing vampirism?
He stands up immediately.
Look,
We are breaking so much rules right now.
You started
VW,
it.
I
You
swear
started it. You started
to
it.
whatever
If
God
he's
that brought
here-
us back.
If he's here, you started it, and if he's here, we're gonna.
Vanessa, if there is a way to save you, I'm gonna do it.
I want to see what he has.
At the risk of your life?
I
No.
promised you. I ain't scared of dying. Because apparently you could just come back.
I can't. People get turned, and that's their only chance at living
Then
again.
turn me. And then maybe we can figure it out together.
Okay. I thought we were curing. Let's go cure. Let's.
Fitz just kind of looks up and then looks at Jacksin.
I will.
Yeah, you can catch him before he goes off to eat.
Yeah. If you guys want to talk about anything.
I do want your pendant.
Fucking pry it from my cold dead neck.
That could be something.
You already have a cold
Dead neck. What?
Pry it there.
Quick, do a rouse, and then it won't be cold.
Then it won't be as cold.
Yeah, Fitz is gonna be rude and follow him.
With Mirage.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys go off and you start doing that. I will say
He's gonna
though.
interrupt. It's gonna be awkward.
It'll be super awkward. I will say though, for Vanessa, we're at a point where I think you need to make a choice for Davey. Davey is really adamant about wanting to do anything to save you. You don't think that you can be saved. Your brother is literally one of those type of people where if he could change the moon green, he'd find a way to do it. And he believed with his full heart that he can do that. As long as it's gonna help someone like you or all your weird eccentric friends that you have. And you have a feeling that he's not going to stop pursuing this path. You can either work with him on this path, or you can try to deter him. It's up to you.
She's gonna sigh and get up herself. She's lying. She just wants to see what's in your book, but fine.
I'm not lying. I have my own. I have my own stuff. It's not like a lot, but like I'm working on it.
Fine. Just know that it's very dangerous and can get everyone in this building killed.
Okay, well then I guess I just won't leave this building then. You know, I actually hadn't gotten a hostel yet, so can I stay here?
We don't really have.
That's why I left, because I didn't want to listen to this anymore.
We don't really have. Bitch. I mean, maybe the hotel.
Go with Mirage.
VW, stop. You've already messed up the night enough.
I haven't.
Have him go with Mirage.
You brought him here.
I didn't bring him here. Jacksin was going to kill him.
Okay, but before...
I mean, he said he wasn't, but...
Before Jacksin found him, why was he here?
I had no part in that. He decided that all on his own.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
I mean, I'm actually kind of curious. I mean, like, do y'all just, like, go to sleep when it's daytime?
And like he looks at his
yes,
watch.
But I'm working on that too. That's
Just keep saying.
If anyone looks at their watch, they'll see that they have maybe a half an hour left before torpor starts kicking in.
Okay, yeah. I'm working on that too. We're not there yet, and it's almost okay. Hold on, wait.
VW, we don't have.
No,
we don't. Shut up. I'm sorry. Today's been long. I've been thrown about by Jacksin, and no one believes me. Today's been long.
Literally,
when I was trying to get my brother out of the car, and he told Mirage to drive off, and then he threw me into an alleyway and told me to shut up. So,
I mean, he was very angry. Yeah.
Been long. I know that you love to bite him.
That's not cool. That's not cool. But it's an explanation.
But we don't have time to talk about weird blood magic that you love to do.
Okay.
Wait, you can do blood magic?
Yes. Okay, but not tonight. Should we? The hotel, Amy's. Do you somewhere? The hotel you were at.
I can find him a place to stay. You hear from Lilu down below.
Great.
Go home. We're closed. Why are you here?
Because the boys decided that they wanted to go have a drunken fishing tournament out of the Thames.
Man's got a fish.
And I figured that at least someone should be here to keep an eye on the place.
Baby, come on. Come here. Come on, let's go downstairs. VW, I'm gonna handle this. You go wherever you want. I'm not in the mood.
I will find me later, Davey.
I'll find you. You hear him whisper back.
I'll find you.
And he'll go with Vanessa. Vanessa.
If I could physically have a migraine, I would.
You know, if you do get a headache, I pack some aspirin.
My blood doesn't flow, so I don't think that would work. But
He slow blinks at that.
she'll go to the bar. Can I have a napkin and a pen?
Lilu will kind of, she kind of slides a napkin over to you, and she kind of bends under the bar before kind of procuring a pen and sets it over to you.
She'll write down, Amy's address.
Okay.
And hand it back to her. Okay, so can you please take him here?
She kind of looks at the address and she goes, "That's in a pretty bad part of town. Are you sure that's all right?"
Yes, that's where my that's where shelter is, and a really good. My old boss.
Oh. Yeah, I can take him there.
David, can you promise me? Amy kind of knows, but don't mention anything to her, or she's gonna like pull my ear off, or like march down here herself.
What if she pulls my ear off?
You said you're not a kid anymore, so that's...
I mean, I guess I can take it like a man. I mean, she's gonna be asking questions why I just showed up, but I mean...
Well, you wanted to see me, right? That's a good reason.
Yeah. Maybe I should say I just didn't find you yet?
You can... She doesn't know where I'm staying, but you can, like... It's up to you.
Okay. Well,
I'm not gonna
tell
you've learned tonight.
I'm not gonna tell nobody that there's a disco filled with vampires. Lulu just slow blinks at that.
She doesn't hear it. Move on.
God damn it.
Right. Just in general, keep that to a minimum. Like, speaking out loud about it.
Right, yeah.
I can't believe she was a vampire this entire time. We never had to worry about it.
Sorry about that, sis. Are you gonna be alright? You looking and acting kind of different.
These people, they bring out the worst in me sometimes, but
they gotta bring out the best too, yeah?
I haven't ran into that yet. But I have a job that I have to do here.
His brows kind of furrow a little bit. It's like, all right. So I'll come here tomorrow night, right?
Yes, if you want. And we can discuss things, and maybe you can entertain VW. She's a mom who has had her child ripped away from her by the vampire hunter that tried to shoot us.
His eyes go wide again at that.
Okay.
And she's desperately trying to stalk her baby, endangering all of us.
I mean, if I had a lost kid, I'd probably be upset too, you know?
Right, but she wants to actively kill everyone else in the process. But anyways, I'm very stressed here, and
I'm hearing a whole lot of blame being
so many lies
from one character to somebody else.
Lies.
Unfortunately, Davey does not know any better right now. Maybe he'll think about things that are being said later. But regardless, he'll go with Lilu, and the Lost Boys can kind of filter back in, very drunk, and they have a mutated-looking fish that they managed to catch. So there's
man's got a fish.
Man's got a fish. Before you guys kind of close out for the night, Fitz, you wanted to interrupt Jacksin
Somebody's sexy feeding time.
and Mirage.
Yes.
Okay.
Jackson's never gonna eat ever.
Jacksin, where are you?
I mean, I'm sure he's mid-eating, and I'm just gonna come in and just ask him some questions while it's happening.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Unless he's actually gonna have sex.
He has to he has to pretend.
He can't. His pee-pee no work.
If I rouse the blood, I can do it. But after tonight, I'll be fine. But yeah, he will. It will be one of the private rooms, one of the VIP super special rooms that has a bed in it.
Super special rooms. Okay. Yeah, Fitz, you're not really thinking as you kind of step into the.
Of course not. I have a plan.
The super sexy room, and you have someone that you really need to protect. And yeah, you walk in on debauchery.
Oh my god.
Trigger warning: sex.
Well, yeah, I don't think that's legit happening. He
Blood
still
sex.
desperately needs to eat. Yeah. But as the door kind of opens and he makes that noise, just like, and he will kind of pull back and say, How many times tonight? Yes, Fitz. How can I help you?
He's gonna turn around and just.
You hear a kind of annoyed sigh beneath you as like Mirage's enjoyment also got ruined, and she'll say, "I should probably put my shirt back on, right?"
No, I just won't look.
2 seconds. And he will stand and move over. He's topless, but not bottomless. Yeah.
Not bottomless.
And he will walk over as he does kind of like, wipe some of the flecks away from the side of his mouth, like lick his fingers off and say, "Now, to what do I owe the pleasure?"
Where did you get your pendant?
Yeah, you can see it in plain sight with him being shirtless, by the way.
Yeah.
Who gave it to you?
Awful interesting questions. Do you like it?
Very much so.
It was a gift.
From who?
From my father. I don't take it you as a jewelry lover, so to what do I owe this line of inquiry?
He's going to turn very carefully, with respect to Mirage, and reach out to touch the pendant.
He will put his hand up to try to, like, coax yours away. No, darling. What are you after? See, this is very special to me. Can't go having anyone muss it up.
Just let me look at it.
You can look with your eyes, darling.
No, I mean really look at it.
What's your interest?
Please?
That doesn't sound like an explanation to me. Now, if you don't mind, he will turn.
Jacksin, I really, really need to know if this is part of something bigger. I want to save Louis so bad, and I don't know how. And I think that this is one way that we can do it.
Something bigger. To what might you be referring?
It's a relic. It was owned by the Camarilla, I believe. It's part of 3 relics.
It's a pendant. A piece of flashy jewelry.
It is ancient.
I'm sure it is. And it is mine.
I just need to see it. To see it with the eyes.
The eyes.
I want to see where it's gone.
Where it's gone. And what, do you expect to carbon date it? I won't be parting with it if that's what you're asking for.
I just need to know where it came from, who took it, who gave it to whom. And
how do you expect to find that out, short of an encyclopedia trip?
Because I can see things, Jacksin. I can see things from the past, and I can see things from the future, and I can hear voices in my head, and they're telling me things.
Yes, I know you're hearing one particular voice in your head very loudly. Is this meddling from that sire of yours?
It's not Louis. I'm doing this to save him.
What if he's beyond saving? What if every kindred in the world has been set off to kill him? Is your life worth that? Or are you just hearing voices telling you so.
Like halfway through the argument, Torpor just starts. Like,
No.
Let me see it. And if I can prove that it's not a Camarilla relic, then you won't be in danger. But if it is, there's going to be more than just my eyes on it. Please, let me see it. For what it is.
You may look. As he will hold it out. But he will not take it from his neck, and he will not, quote unquote, give it to you. I'm hoping this is just touch activated and he doesn't need to fucking, like, scrutinize it.
I would like to use premonition.
Okay. You know, I was going to actually trigger one.
I mean, that's what I'm trying to do here.
I was going to trigger one regardless.
Okay.
So I will say, as you're looking at the stone itself, it definitely looks like it was cut from a bigger cylindrical piece. And as you kind of recall the vein work that was inside the piece that was inset into the wall, they definitely reflect the piece that Jacksin has. And as you think of that, your mind briefly goes to darkness, and you see the world of darkness. It's nighttime, and you see stars up above. You see the moon shining bright. It's a lot bigger for some reason, and your eyes kind of snap down, and you see fire about. And within the fire, before it, is 3 individuals who are cascade in shadow. They're kind of hard to see any defining features. You can just presume that 2 are men and 1 is a woman. And coming around the fire, you see a man, or kindred, with long red hair, pronounced beard, very sharp features, and you see him hold 3 discs of stone in his hand. And he passes one to each. And
3 rings to the elf lords.
Shut the fuck up.
No, I was thinking Deathly Hallows, man. Like 3 brothers.
No. And he passes one to each of the 3 people before him.
Is one of them Catherine?
You don't see what they look like.
Okay, great. Premonition.
Look, brother, like, your premonition is supposed to be like a red light appears up to the side and that's all you see.
Whatever.
So I'm giving you a lot.
Okay.
And
This premonition isn't fucking panoramic. This blows.
And
No, 4K.
you will hear a voice that speaks out to the 3 of them that speaks in a language that for a moment you don't understand. It is something that is ancient. But the words kind of filter and translate through, your head space. And they kind of translate to, with these 3, shall you find yourself lost, you shall find me, and I will greet you with open arms. And all 3 of them, the 3 people who received such items, bring them together. And there is a brief shining of light that you could describe as almost holy. And it gleams upon the man with the red hair. he smiles upon them, and his light blue eyes lift up, and they look towards you, straight through you. Fitz, as you're coming out of this, I would love for you to roll for me a frenzy check at a 4.
He's gonna go to sleep in 2 seconds anyway. It's fine. Go on. It's nighttime. It's bedtimes.
Difficulty 4.
What kind of frenzy is this?
This is a terror frenzy.
Oh no.
No minuses or anything like that?
No minuses. Just at a
Sorry,
4.
do you fucking want them?
Didn't make it.
Oh.
Didn't make it.
Oh no.
Fitz, you let go of the pendant and you scream. Bloody.
Too bad that I'm not here.
You
I could have helped you.
You scream absolute bloody murder. For you, feel like you just saw the death of you stare straight through you, and you are compelled to run as far away from Jacksin as possible, which is probably to the coffin room, because that's safe.
I'm gonna go to bed now. Fitz is going to wrench back. His hands probably just doing the whole shaky thing, and he can't even speak before he just lets out a terrified yelp. And I'm not gonna scream, but he's gonna make a terrified yelp, and he is going to back the fuck up all the way until he hits the back wall of the hallway, and then grab his hair, pulling at it as he sort of speed walk runs back towards the coffin room.
He speed runs, he hits the corner weird and clips through the wall.
He glitches through the game.
It's just...
You start back at spawn in the truck.
It's bad.
No, what happens is you're under the map, and now you can just go out of bounds.
It's bad.
Fitz can just walk to the final boss.
You can just walk to the final boss.
It's bad. That's what he does.
Okay.
Oh, underneath this map, Louie's here. Oh my god!
Louie's always been here. Wow.
They have a fully rendered room just right off to the side of the
Below
map
our
where
feet,
Louie
where
is
he
always
belongs.
sitting.
And you can find Luigi behind the mirror. Anyway.
Shut the fuck up.
So that's it.
So you go off and you do that, and we'll say for the rest of the night, you guys can all kind of
Next 5 minutes.
go back. Jacksin, you can finish whatever you need to do with Mirage. You can slake your hunger back down to 1. Vanessa, you can kind of get your way back to bed, and VW, you have something both to be worried about and something to look forward to.
Story of my life.
Yeah, that is basically the story of your life. So we're at almost the top of the hour now. So what I wanted to ask of you guys is that, do you guys still want to debate over the torpor thing? Or is that something that you guys feel that needs to happen next session?
I feel like we've hit a good stopping point and should probably make the torpor thing more of a big deal next time.
Yeah, because otherwise Fitz is going to literally spend the next day and every day after that doing things to find Louie.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to get to the point where he's going to try and steal he's going to try and steal Jackson's necklace because he feels like it's part of this whole thing, and Jackson's not going to like that.
But there's something very scary there, so I don't know if you want to touch it again.
No, I'll just put it in a bag.
Oh, you yourself won't touch it.
Wrap in towel, put in pocket.
So,
all you gotta do is say, like, VW, go get me Jackson's necklace. She's like, hey, Jackson.
Hey, back the fuck off. He's mine, all right? That's
anyway,
how much is going to be now.
I think Fitz is going to continue to aggravate himself into something.
Yeah, I think it's a conversation that is probably going to take up like a third of next session.
Sure. Okay.
The torpor situation.
Okay. That's
Too stake or not too stake?
And
that is
he's
the
very,
question.
and if anything, you know, VW can talk about concerns about Fitz, and Jacksin just saw Fitz do a kooky.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Fitz is on drugs and he won't come clean about it.
God damn it. You know better. Anyway, okay, so cool. Awesome. You guys got your first glimpse of Kane.
So handsome, so sexy.
So handsome. But yeah, thank you guys for joining us for Vampire at the Disco, where we have cute little brothers that really want to help. And we have big bad vampire men who still haven't gotten rid of their manager yet, which we will also do next session. So thank you all for joining us here. Let's do a quick roundabout. Tell us where we can find you. What was your favorite part? And yeah, we'll end with Jebby. Michael.
Hello, my name is Michael. I've played Jacksin Preen. My favorite part was there was actually a lot of cool stuff. I liked the sort of the fact that Jacksin and Vanessa actually spoke for once, kind of. That it was an interesting situation, and I think that was interesting. That which I realize is kind of like most of the session. I just like this session, so there you go.
Yay!
Yeah. You can check me out here every Friday, where I play in this game and next Friday, or not next Friday, but in the other game that Jesse runs, where I play a fine Irish lass who is doing her fucking best, and has been mysteriously absent from hell. Maybe she went home.
We left her to guard the kitties, the ghost spirits.
That makes more sense.
What happened was there was a mix-up and you were actually sent to Hades. Like, once we
so I just went to go drop in on Dan.
What are you wearing?
You can also shut the fuck up.
You gotta fight him to go see your mom.
You can also, spoilers, I haven't played that game. You can also check us out here on Monday, where I am running on Gilded Tides, our 5th edition pirate adventure, which is coming to a rapid conclusion. We just reawakened an ancient sorceress who was put into torpor for unknown reasons. And we are about to fucking fight off a world-ending calamity, as is kind of the want.
Calamity Ganon.
Yes, Calamity Ganon.
My queen.
But you can also, as a tease for the future, after On Gilded Tides is over, after the holidays, we are going to be transitioning to every Monday. We are going to be playing Curse of Strahd, another fucking vampire game.
It's a different
but it's a campaign I've been wanting to run for.
Die, monster!
What is a man? Miserable pile of secret. But yes, I'm very excited for that. All the character concepts that are already coming through are very interesting, and we'll have more information the closer we get to it.
Cool. Awesome.
But that's it for me.
Yay! Thank you, Michael, for playing. I think Jacksin is great. I know he is potentially triggering, but I like the walking garbage pile that he is. He's great.
He's a bad man, and I want him to get better, but he is having a hard time because he failed that fucking remorse roll.
One hell of a time, and you know what?
He's only gonna get worse.
Look, that just happens. You know, you're playing a monster who's cosplaying as people. That's basically what a vampire is. And one day VW will accept that fact. But for now, Var, what's up?
Hey, I'm Var. I play Vanessa, the worrying sister. My favorite thing was Michael being the most Toreador's Toreador.
Who's ever Toreador?
Ever existence.
Ever Toreadored.
Ever Toreador.